tomorrow 15. With the 4 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. The Albanese government says One Nation has done little to explain how it would make Australia a better place. Pauline Hanson has delivered her first address to the National Press Club after 30 years in politics. The One Nation leader used her speech to lay out a vision for the country, which includes lower migration and less government intervention. But Labor Senator Murray Watt claims Senator Hanson spoke nonsense.
I lost count of the number of different people that Pauline Hanson attacked over that speech. Every time she has an opportunity to make life easier for Australians, she decides to vote with the Liberals to make it harder.
Police have arrested 3 people following drug seizures at Port Adelaide and Adelaide. They were called to a licensed premises at the port last week following reports of suspicious behaviour and located meth and heroin and other items associated with drug dealing. Further evidence of drug trafficking was found at a second property. A 45-year-old man from Ferryden Park was charged with 4 counts of trafficking a controlled drug and bailed to front court next month. An Adelaide apartment was targeted several days later, police seizing numerous illicit drugs of various quantities, including meth, cocaine and MDMA, as well as a large sum of cash. 2 people at the property, a 46-year-old man from Adelaide and a 33-year-old woman from Lockleys, were arrested and charged and faced court this week. The federal government has been forced to outlay another $3.6 billion to avert strike action by childcare workers. More than 200,000 workers will receive a 15% pay increase from July. The money will be used to bridge an 18-month gap before a broader pay rise comes into force in 2029. Education Minister Jason Clare says it'll help childcare workers and make life easier for families.
It's about making sure that we pay our staff properly, that we keep fee increases as low as possible for mums and dads across the country, and that we make sure that we keep our kids safe.
Now turning to 5AA sport, Port trained today ahead of their round 15 clash against Collingwood on Saturday. The Crows have been put through their paces at Adelaide Oval with a match simulation. Isaac Rankin looked good ahead of an expected return. Josh Worrell is battling illness but is expected to face the D's this weekend. Collingwood defender Billy Frampton has signed a 2-year contract extension. It will see Frampton in the black and white until at least the end of 2028. Well, Lionel Messi scored his first World Cup hat-trick in Argentina's 3-0 win over Algeria. Austria has beaten Jordan 3-1. Norway were too good for Iraq 4-1 and France were 3-1 winners against Senegal. It's Game 2 in State of Origin tonight. The Blues and Maroons are playing at the MCG. A win would see New South Wales wrap up the series. And Serena and Venus Williams are bringing their doubles partnership back at Wimbledon. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Mannix is the SA name you know and trust for everything in heating and solar for your home.
G'day there at Gillis Plains. A twisted traffic line Northeast Road near Wandana Avenue causing a few headaches. Slow going for the drive home South Road 3 Mile End. Works are sluggish too this afternoon at Morfordville. Morford Road at the Anzac Highway intersection and starting to get busy at Tapley's Hill Road. This is at Glenelg North near Anzac Highway. Cameras John Rice Avenue, Elizabeth South and Martins Road at Greenfields. Dry July starts soon. Go alcohol free for 31 days this July and raise funds for cancer support. Do good, feel good. Sign up now at dryjuly.com. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Rain this afternoon, showers tomorrow 15, Friday showers and 15, Saturday a shower or 2, also 15. Right now it is 18 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, hundreds to rally as a controversial SA abortion bill is expected to be settled tonight. Pauline Hanson unveils her party plan for a monocultural Australia. Australian First. See the new app that can help stop a heart attack before it happens. And the Thunderbirds headed for the Commonwealth Games. 9 News. Your news. 9:36 on 9 and on 9 Now.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA. Always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Coming up, Jimmy Bartell as the AFL set their sights on footy in India. Port Adelaide's Jace Burgoyne ahead of their trip to the MCG. The venue of tonight's Origin Game 2 with Darren Lockyer joining us. And where are they now with Anthony Ingerson?
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, welcome to the Midweek Sports Show. You beauty. Love a nice Wednesday. You're right. State of Origin tonight. Can't wait for that. Got the house to myself. Oh, bless. North Melbourne suspended 2 players for drinking after a game. Glad those rules weren't in the 80s. AFL look at playing a game in India, and the World Cup fever continues as I welcome Stephen Rowe. What a performance today by one of the veterans of the competition, Lionel Messi.
Oh, God. Well, he got a hat-trick. He actually got 4, but he was offside.
Yeah. Had about 5 or 6 shots.
Ever to do so. He's now the highest scoring equal.
Yeah, amazing.
I think 16 goals in a World Cup. 200th game for Argentina. He is the GOAT.
Yeah. They played Algeria.
Close the book. He is the best.
I'll tell you what, it fired up a bit early. I saw some social media with the 2 fans obviously coming together in what looked like, sort of inner city, and they went for it. On both sides, off they went. Yeah, it was a bit different to the interaction I saw between England and Sweden, where they sang funny songs at one another.
That was funny.
That was very funny.
About their wives, how they're ugly and all sorts.
That was a bit harsh.
Oh,
but,
God, I love that.
Yeah, I saw them go at it, but Lionel Messi was just the most. He's the oldest scorer ever to get a World Cup hat-trick, and he's 30. He's 39 next week, so we'll wish him a happy birthday for that when he does that. But it was his 200th appearance for Argentina as well, so he's done it.
20 goals.
Done it in a big game as well. God, he looked good.
8 Ballon d'Ors, 6 European Golden Shoes, 8 times FIFA Best Player. He's the best. I mean, come on, put down the glasses.
He's right up there with the.
Well, you'd say Pelé says hello, Ronaldo says hello.
They have a big argument about those three,
Maradona
don't they?
says hello. But he's the best,
You've got to
mate.
say. Yeah.
I have never seen him get a grass stain on his knees.
Yeah.
He does not ever get knocked off the ball. Never lose his feet.
In a game where a lot of strikers and the like try to milk a penalty in
never
the box.
Goes down.
He doesn't go down, keeps his feet. That's why he kicks so many goals, I reckon.
Yeah, and before he strikes, the goalkeeper's going, is he going to kick it now? Is he going to kick it now? He does these little steps,
Yes.
and next minute that left boot comes through with that much bloody power.
Well, today one of his goals was a ricochet, and the keeper came out at him, and he just paused for the slightest half second, and the keeper went, okay, I'll just tap it in the other side.
Yeah.
So he's a genius.
He's the best.
Absolute
will you
genius.
pick one? Are you Ronaldo or Messi?
I'm a Messi man.
Same as me.
So my grandson likes Ronaldo. So every time we get a chance, we buy him a Messi top.
Anybody, well done, number 10. Yeah. Every time I see Ronaldo, he's got his top off. He's in a mirror. Yeah. He's waxing himself up. Yeah. He's worried about how many Facebook likes or whatever those social media.
I'm with you.
Nah, get stuffed. Messi all day, every day.
Yeah, good call there. It made me think, and I reckon it's a great call topic today. Give us your thoughts. 8223 0000. We've got a $50 Powers voucher up for grabs today. Give us your greatest performance by a veteran.
Well, he is a veteran.
Any sport, anywhere.
Yes.
And there's got to be some good performances by veterans.
Yeah.
Where they probably thought, they're a bit over the hill, they're a bit too far gone, but they came back and they did. Nobody say Stephen Bradbury, please. That is out.
No, but
that
he wasn't
will not
a veteran.
Be accepted.
He was in
and
the
he wasn't
prime.
a veteran.
He was the prime.
Yeah, so.
Well, there's going to be one at Wimbledon this year. Serena Williams and Venus Williams are making a comeback at Wimbledon. So that if they win, that will be one. Scott Pendlebury, an Anzac Day medalist.
I've got to say, earlier this year, that was outstanding.
Genuine one-on-one. Pendlebury will get a chance. Pendlebury has had more possessions than he's ever had in a game before, with possession number 43, and he will get a chance to goal as well. He's 38, this guy. He's gone to the square in isolation and made it work. Have a listen to this if he kicks it.
That's probably the moment of the year so far.
Yeah, he was...
that performance, and I know he went on to break the record, but that is, for me, the moment of the year. Mine's Jack Nicklaus, the great Golden Bear. He won Augusta, the Masters in 86, and I can remember watching this game.
What age was he?
He was 46 years and 3 months. 11 years, here's the thing. It was 11 years after his last Masters win, and that was his 5th, that was his 6th. No one's going to ever beat that, the greatest golfer ever.
I'll tell you, when he gets over this putt, you will hear a pin drop.
7 under on the last 9 holes.
Get up, get up, get up.
That was right in the middle, Pat.
What an effort.
What a play. Really drops this in, and you really hear an ovation. What a round. What a player.
7 under last 9 holes. No one's ever done that. The sticks they used with woods.
Oh,
Like the technology now, even the ball. He is the greatest.
Yep.
Close the book.
A great performance at that age as a veteran. That's what we're after. 8223 0000. Let us know. Mine was a little closer to home with the AFL, but you will remember when Kevin Sheedy had the baby Bombers. He was concerned about their age and how young they were.
2000?
No, this is 1993.
Oh, 93, yeah.
So he brought back a retired player called Tim Watson.
Not listening.
Very important possession. Watson's got it. Watson goes for goal. Look at this. That down. Essendon are home in the preliminary final thanks to a goal kicked by Timmy Watson.
See, now that's in your face to me.
No.
That's it.
This is about Tim Watson, not about you.
Well, it was my team. He beat that prelim, and he was the difference between the two.
That was just one moment in his season. He was brought back for a reason in that season to basically educate these young players on how to play the game and how to lead when it counts. So that was just one moment of his whole season. He finishes it off the following week in the grand final.
It was the moment that put the nail in our 93
don't be so
premiership.
Mate.
I would kick him fair in the nuts if I saw him here.
He's my veteran, great performance. So give us a call, 8223 0000. Give us yours. Little AFL update, Adelaide Crows. They had training, and this is the report from training. I'm going to ask you about it once I've finished, okay? So they watch the main session, and they do that match sim. Well, in the first were Tex Walker, you expect that, Isaac Rankin. But in the twos, if you like, were Toby Murray, Nick Murray, Keane and Keys. What do you make of that? Now, Worrell didn't train, crook, but apparently no Worrell, no problems. It's okay.
Okay. Well, you can read a bit into that, and I know a lot of the scribes out there that go and watch it do, and some of it works out and some of it doesn't. There's nothing to read into it other than this. Rankin will come in for Pedler, Tex will come in for Toby Murray, and I think it looks like Keane will have another week in the sample. And I think that's a no-brainer. End of story, done. The fact that Keys is in the twos, look, his form hasn't been spectacular, but if you have a look at how they set the team up, they might have only had 16 each side. So Alex Neil-Bullen's got one of them. Rankin's got another one. Rochelli's got another one. So he just goes in the twos to get a run rather than, you know.
Yeah, so what you're saying
you know what
is
I'm saying?
it could still play in the senior side.
And there's Taylor and there's other guys that roll through there. So they would have said, look, Keezy, rather than come on and off, why don't you just jump the twos and, you know.
I'm not reading too much into that.
And I know they rotate that around. Sometimes Alex Neil-Bullen's been there. Sometimes Rochelli's been there. So I don't read too much into what you would call match sim.
Yes, here. For Port Adelaide, a little bit of news. Joe Richards was asked about, well, one of their issues is accuracy. They're 15th now for accuracy in the competition, and ironically, they're 15th on the ladder.
Yeah, it has been a little bit of a focus, At training, we've probably trained a little bit more than what we have in the past, and, hopefully we can see a little bit of that come out on the weekends and, start to kick a few more goals. I think the live plays haven't been our go this year, but, set shots have been okay, I think, but, a little bit more live play. It'd be nice to kick a few more of them, see what happens this week.
Live play, there's a new term.
It is.
Live play.
Yeah, live play.
It has been a problem for a while. I remember when Chad Corns was your forward
absolutely.
coach. He used to...
Did an enormous amount of work in the pre-season and...
Nothing. No. So what does it tell you? It comes down to talent.
Come down to the person who's got to get their routine right, and they got to be able to handle the moment. So keep working on it, I say. Quick text here. Michael Jordan famously returned to the NBA in 95 with the Bulls, unretiring after a stint in the minor league baseball. That's right. He came back again in 2001 with the Washington Wizards until the age of 40. Yeah. I reckon that first comeback was probably the best as a veteran in 95 when they finished that three-peat off and the like.
That's a good one.
Well done. Give us a call, 8223 0000.
That's right. The best performances by a veteran. 16 minutes after 4, $50 Powers voucher up for grabs, and a big show coming up as well. Jace Burgoyne this hour and Jimmy Bartell with Where Are They Now, and Darren Lockyer all to come. It's 16 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. For the very latest in local footy, tune in to the 5AA Sandful Show each Monday from 6:30pm. Sandful's not just a game, it's a South Aussie ritual. The Host Plus Sandful League, a league of its own.
Stuff it, Barry. We're going to Liechtenstein.
With first month storage for just $1 at Storage King, Bev and Barry can finally go travel.
Hold on tight, Barry!
Stuff it. Live more. Visit Storage King today. Conditions apply.
This is worth fighting for. And so is this. These everyday moments matter even more when you're battling disease or illness. Thanks to the Hospital Research Foundation Group's life-changing research to find cures and improve care, more South Australians can enjoy more everyday moments like this. When you donate or support our home lottery, you join the fight for what really matters, the everyday. The Hospital Research Foundation Group. Together, fight.
If you need a reason to head out no matter what the weather, here it is. The new beer garden at the Mosaic Hotel. Big screens, plenty of heaters, pizza, steak, good friends, and all your favourites on tap. Settle in for lunch, catch the sports action, or take advantage of the great weekly dinner specials. If you're up for a different kind of round, have a hit at X-Golf upstairs. It's all in the new beer garden at the Mosaic Hotel, Footy Park Precinct, West Lakes.
Finding your next Volkswagen? That part's easy. At Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, the end of financial year Unlocked event has drive-away deals racing out the door. There's a huge range of new and demo Volkswagens ready for delivery right now. Plenty of colours, plenty of options. On-site finance, next-day servicing. But it won't last. So if you've been waiting, this is your moment. Get an end of financial year drive-away deal before it's gone. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, just a short drive from the city.
Do you know what really keeps your Royal Flying Doctor Service in the air? You. Without you, the Royal Flying Doctor Service can't save lives. Without you, our remote communities would be left alone, without hope, thousands of them. From newborns to seniors, motor vehicle and farming accidents, any medical emergency, no matter where you live, work or play. For the people and the life you love, keep the Flying Doctor flying. Show your support. Donate today. Visit flyingdoctor.org.au.
Hey, I'm James, Claims Manager at Allianz. This isn't always the call you want to make, but when you do, you'll reach our team who know exactly what to do next. It's why we're trusted by over 4.5 million Aussies.
Allianz. Get ahead of winter with comfy credits from Origin. Move with Origin and you could get up to $200 in bill credits. That's $100 for natural gas and $100 for electricity, keeping you comfy and in control this winter. That's all kinds of useful. Search Origin today. New and moving residential customers only. Sign up by 30th of June and stay until 30th of June. Bill credit includes GST. T's and C's and eligibility apply.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Gonzalez, back to Messi. Messi! His first World Cup hat-trick, and it's a record setter.
Unbelievable moment today when Lionel Messi at 19 after 4 kicked a hat-trick in his first game in this year's World Cup. It's his first hat-trick at a World Cup, and he shattered the record as well today as the oldest player to score a World Cup hat-trick. So we're asking you, he's only 38, but he's a veteran in sport. The great performances from veterans in sport, 8223 0000 is the number. Get your call straight after we check your roads. All thanks to Mannix, the SA name you know and trust for everything in heating and solar for your home.
Afternoon at Gillis Plains, twisted traffic light North East Road in Montana Avenue, Hillbank, mud and debris causing slippery conditions on Blacktop Road near Williams Road. Getting busy right now at Ashford for Works, Anzac Highway Grove Avenue, and cameras this afternoon for the drive home. Fletcher Road, Elizabeth East, and Martins Road at Greenfields. When a child is in hospital, Ronald McDonald House gives their family a community of support, warm meals and a place to rest. Because when a child is sick or injured, family stays. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Absolutely. Take your calls on great veteran performances on the back of Lionel Messi kicking a hat-trick or scoring a hat-trick. I'm not allowed to say kicking because he did kick them all, but you can score with your head, see? So,
gotcha.
So in the world game, we say scoring. I've been picked up before. So
Have you really?
I'm not going to fall down for that one again.
Yeah.
Scoring a hat-trick.
Well, don't call it football. You've got to call it soccer in Australia, otherwise Macca will ring. And if he sees you in the street, he hates when we call it football.
Wow. The world game.
You can call it the world game.
That's all right.
You cannot call it football.
Geez, a lot to learn on this show, isn't there?
The rest of the globe will catch you if you don't say football.
Macca will get you.
Let's go to our good old friend Yuri. Who you got for us, buddy?
G'day, boys. I know it's a veteran, but Yvonne Goolagong, as I said, she won all these titles in the mid-70s. She backed off for a couple of years, had a baby, and then came back and won the 1980 Wimbledon, and that's the first mother to win Wimbledon for 66 years.
Yeah, that counts, Yuri.
That was 1980, I reckon she won that title. That was a good call, Yuri. That's a great call. That was a bit of almost like a comeback win.
Well, it wasn't as if she was old. I think she's only 28.
28,
but to do it as a mother is amazing.
She'd gone away, had babies, and then come back. Yeah.
She's the best. I like this one for Maria, who's actually a dude. Cliff Young ran from Sydney to Melbourne. Yeah, in gum boots. Call. That's a good call.
Good call. That was a great performance by actually legendary. They made a movie about it, you know.
Legendary.
I watched it. I loved it. Yeah. Well, mate, the whole country followed it.
The Cliffy Young shuffle.
Yeah.
Captured our hearts.
Jeez, I followed that a bit too much on the field. Let's go to 2 Wells. G'day, Ange.
G'day, boys. Jeez, it's been becoming very educational lately. What's going on, boys?
Ange,
I know, it's killing me.
Ange, we have swallowed a dictionary.
Yeah, actually, so the way you talk sometimes, Rowey, I think you butcher the dictionary, mate.
I can't argue
Hey,
that
boys, what about Stewie Dew in 2008?
Yes.
Yeah, good call.
Right. Let's be honest. He should not have been playing that game. He was tired. He had a rest at the half-forward flank, and he kicked those 2 or 3, and I honestly believe that he won on the premiership.
He swung it.
He swung the game, Ange, without any doubt. And they interviewed Clarkson after the game in the presser, and they said, what a brilliant move, pushing Dew up the ground and the rest of it. He said, I didn't do that. No. He said he did it himself.
Smart player.
Here he is.
Still with Dunny. Well done, Scarlett. Still with Franklin, though. Now Dew could kick this, and he has. He's had the best 5 minutes of his footy life, and that includes the 04 Grand Final.
One of the greatest fellas.
Wasn't it?
A smart footballer.
Very smart.
And God, did he have a good kick.
Yeah, that's a good call. Well done, Ange. Let's go to Crayfus. G'day, James.
James.
G'day, fellas. How are we?
All right.
I've got 2. First one is Tom Brady, leaving the New England Patriots in his mid to late 40s, and then went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and led them to a Super Bowl in his first year. And a brutal sport. I think it was a great performance. Yeah. But the greatest performance by a veteran who continues to deliver is Father Christmas.
Hey, he's not real, James.
Hey.
Did you dump that?
No, that can't be real.
You got to dump that.
No, did you dump that?
You have to.
But is he?
Come on, what if your grandkids are in the car?
Have you, mate?
Rory doesn't need to hear that.
No, he doesn't. That's true. No, actually, take that back.
Yeah, we did.
Poppy, you dumped it.
We did.
Hey, let's have a listen to the big Tom Brady.
Good call, though.
One more snap. Would you have guessed when this impossible season was trying to launch that you'd get it all in, you'd get to Tampa, and when the Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady?
He could have had a bit more excitement in his voice, that bloke. What's he trying to be Joe Cool?
He was a bit flat, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. God, it's the greatest.
43. I mean, that is a veteran performance that you will never forget. That's awesome. Well played, sir. Let's go to Aaron at Paralawi. G'day, Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah, how you going, boys? How are we?
All right, my friend.
Well, since it's State of Origin Day, I thought I'd bring up the rugby league one.
Yes.
It's 2001, Maroons versus Blues. It's 1-1. The Grandmaster Wayne Bennett puts the call into England to bring back Alfie Langer. Been out of the game for a couple of years.
That's right.
He came back, and he dominated, and we won. We won that series, and he was the missing piece to that one.
That legendary
that is so
to
good.
put him
I'd
in.
actually forgotten about that, Adam.
That's a cracker.
But for Alfie to respond with the game he did, I remember that. God, he was clever, wasn't he?
That was amazing.
You couldn't lay a glove on him. And he was about 4'8".
Yeah, he was, ran about my height.
A bit dwarfy, wasn't he? But God, he went well.
Great player. Yeah. Great player. I think.
So I reckon he replaced Wally Lewis.
Well,
in
no,
the
they
same
played
position.
Together. They played together.
Oh, did they play together?
Yeah, they played together.
Is he that old, Alfie?
Oh, yeah.
How old's Alfie?
Alfie's got to be...
He would not be 60 yet.
He was 35 in that game, so plus 25.
Yeah.
He's 60. He's my age.
I reckon he's got to be.
Hey, Aaron, great call. And
59.
Channel 9 tonight.
59.
Is he?
There you go.
Turns 60 this month, next month.
Well, I was right. He was not yet 60.
Oh.
I was correct by a month.
Technically
Good
correct.
call. Hello, James at Norwood.
Yeah, g'day, Tim and Stephen. I've got one which got an amazing few stats around Bob Simpson when he came back to
captain Australia during the World Series cricket time.
Oh, yeah.
He had came out of the retirement at age 41. He led Australia to a 3-2 win against India, and he averaged 52.
Wow, that is amazing. I didn't know that stat, James. 52. I remember him coming back because we desperately
he
needed
played
him.
10 test matches on his comeback over 2 years.
That is unreal.
Averaged 52 in his first year and 32 in his second year.
Wow. And
but to win that series when World Series cricket had depleted so many of the players was outstanding.
Yeah.
He was a statesman, wasn't he? He was our captain after Richie Beno.
Was he? Did he take over?
On test? Yeah.
Right.
He was. And then he became our coach, and I think he set us on a path of fielding is important.
Well, it
catches win matches. He coined all that,
and it cleared a few out.
And he cleared a bit
because
of dead wood.
needed. He said, if you're not fit enough to field, you're not fit enough to play.
So one of them was our favourite Mahatma Coach.
Correct.
Like chubby Richie, mate, you're too fat, you can't field. Well, we can't hide you anymore at third man a fine leg.
Made a quit after that.
He did.
Tell you who else had some fine performances. Sean Burgoyne is a veteran. His nephew, of course, is Jace Burgoyne. He's going to join us on the other side of the 4:30 headlines. Keep your calls coming in, 8223 0000. Great performances by a veteran.
The FIVEAA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Police Commissioner Grant Stevens,
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
The road toll in South Australia currently sits at 51 people. 52. We're on a trajectory to have a shocking year, aren't we?
Yeah, sadly we are.
FIVEAA Breakfast.
I was thinking about this knowing I was coming in to talk to you guys today, and I think the biggest issue for us is complacency.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
The vast majority of people do the right thing. We have idiots on our road.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on FIVEAA. Always Adelaide.
Hey, it's Lauren here from Adelaide, and if you're like me and you love a good bargain from your local chemist, check out Star Discount Chemist. They're all about great value and helping your family stay healthy. Go in store or online for click and collect and delivery. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help?
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to get 25% off? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? To the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers. And get 25% off your cabinets with laminate bench tops. For a limited time, of course. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
Hi, it's Lauren from Adelaide. The whole store is on sale this end of financial year at Spartan Appliances. Kitchen, laundry and outdoor appliance prices not to be missed. Like a 10-year warranty and up to 10% off selected Miele appliance packages. Spartan, the passionate appliance expert serving South Australia for over 55 years. Don't miss end of financial year savings now at Spartan Appliances, Campbelltown and Torrensville.
Hi, I'm Steve from Walco Liners and Covers out of Paraka. We're a manufacturing business. We've had a massive impact on the recall of our brand. From AA, we always vet the phone calls coming in and have asked where they've been sourced, and AA is a very strong part of what we get on the phone. We've had people who've loved the ads. We've also had people that hate the ads because of their irreverence and annoying nature and have still said, look, your ad annoys me and I'm coming here under duress, but I'm still going to buy your product. So it's cut through. It definitely has worked. But yeah, it's since we started in 2016, we've exploded locally.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link for more information.
It's been gone for decades. It's a thing of the past. But even today, it haunts some of us. If you suffered from polio as a child or it affected your parents, Polio SA Support Group would like to hear from you. Symptoms like weakness, joint pain and fatigue may still persist and can be managed. Polio SA is committed to making life for polio survivors as comfortable as possible. Find out more at poliosa.org.au.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the news headlines. The Greens have described Pauline Hanson's first speech to the National Press Club as racist and divisive. One of the so-called ISIS brides who flew into Melbourne from Syria last month has been denied bail. An SA couple in their 20s have been sentenced for the ill treatment of more than 100 animals. And in sport, the Socceroos are training in Oakland ahead of this weekend's World Cup game against the USA. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Mannix is the SA name you know and trust for everything in heating and solar for your home.
Afternoon, Achilles Plains, twisted traffic like North East Road near Montana Avenue, Hillbank, mud and debris causing slippery conditions on Blacktop Road near Williams Road. Slow for works at Ashford, Anzac Honey Grove Avenue and busy Ingle Farm, Bridge Road near Research Road. Camera today, Jetty Road, Larks Bay. You can now book an RAA approved repairer online. Just head to the RAA website to find your local repairer. You know you can trust them because RAA do. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast: rain tonight down to 11, showers tomorrow 15. Right now it's 17 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, it's always enjoyable playing there. Good Collingwood crowd as well, always rocks up. So, yeah, I'll have our backs against the wall a little bit, but yeah, as I said before, we'll look to get there and get a good start, and yeah, hopefully we can match it with them.
Joe Richards earlier today, they head to the MCG, and you'll hear it all live on 5AA this Saturday.
All right, Port Adelaide. Well, they've got a big game coming up. They got the Magpies over there at the G, but they had a close one again against Sydney, and unfortunately just fell short. Jace Burgoyne is our guest. Welcome, Jace.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Getting close must be frustrating everybody at the club at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. I think I can't exactly remember how much wins we've had under 5 points, but it's been pretty close. And to have another one obviously is a bit disheartening, but at least we know we're on the right track. And teams are reversing that. It's been close with a pretty good teams in the top 8. So we take confidence away from the games, and but hopefully we can just finish one soon would be nice.
Taking it all the way, and you take it to a side like Sydney, you must be building some belief that you can match it with any team.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, we've taken confidence away from not only the Sydney game, but all the other games we've had that have been really close to in the top 8 teams. And we just need to fine tune a few things and probably handle our late game situations a bit better. But I think we're on the right track, and I think our game plans are now starting to come through, and it's been really pleasing to see.
Yeah, what was highlighted as far as moments we could do better?
Yeah, there's a few. Like we talk about, one thing that we're doing now is we're doing a lot of goal kicking stuff and a lot of kicking practice with John Corbett, who's our kicking coach. So I think every player is going to go to work there, just so we have a bit, obviously, better goal kicking and then better field kicking. And obviously there's a bit around the contest in terms of retaining the ball and knowing when to sort of handball out and when to hold it in, because sometimes that can cost us on turnover. So we've gone to work on a few things, but probably the two main things we're looking at.
Yeah. Do you know how many of those 5 games you've lost by 3 points or less that you were behind chasing the lead as opposed to in front saving it, Jace?
I can't remember exactly, but I think we've done a good job when we're down to wrestle momentum back and then get back into the game, and then vice versa, when we're in front, and hopefully try to put the game away that we've let teams come back and sort of get us done.
Well, I did a bit of research on it. It's been 4. The Hawks game, it was 11-6 each at three-quarter time, so you were equal. But then in the Crows game, you did hit the front with 40 seconds to go, but you were chasing the lead. So the reason I ask that is the 2 games you've won close, you've protected the lead and gone on to win it. So what's the theme or the messaging out of that? I know you're trying to help conversion and goal kicking and less turnovers and missed tackles and all that sort of stuff, but ultimately, you don't want to be in that position where you're trying to run down the lead, Jace.
Yeah, 100%. I think we've sort of had some slow starts in the past, but I think we've been able to get over that pretty quickly. And we've done a really good job, I think, over the last, couple of games. And, I think for us, just our late game situations when, sort of work on, when we're up, saving the game, and then when we're down, winning the game. So I'm sure we'll go to work over those in the next couple of weeks. And, the more situations that we end up, in a couple of points, and we're going to learn from that. And we had a lot of young players playing as well. I think it was 6 players, 20 years old or under. So they're all going to be better for it, and so is everyone else. So we're just going to keep learning as we go.
We love Josh Carr. AFL 360, I think it was yesterday, he had this quote, Jason. I wonder if you've heard it. Have a listen.
maybe at the moment, too much of our game is probably conscious, and we see something, we think about it, we process it, and probably the best teams don't operate like that. So for us, it's probably about building a game plan and a system that's subconscious, and when you get up against these really good teams, your actions have got to happen before thinking.
That really resonated with us, Jace. Does it does with you? Like you're having conscious decisions until it becomes instinctive and subconscious. You're not going to have that game plan set. I just loved that quote, Jace.
Yeah, no, it sounded good when I heard it then. We sort of talked about, Sydney and coming against Collingwood, they sort of just make things up on the fly and, able to do it really well and without doing too much thinking. I think sometimes we sort of go on our own heads, maybe because we don't want to make a mistake or whatnot. But I think we've done really well from round one where we've come from to get better, but obviously there's still room to grow.
You mentioned earlier, Jace, about a kicking coach. Who was that again that does that for you?
We've got John Corvette.
Right.
Corvette, we call him Corvette. But
great car.
He's done a amount of work for us and sort of showing us different ways how to kick footies and goal kicking and stuff. So, I think every player will have a kicking plan with him and we're going to go one-on-one with him and he'll sort of go through our kicking style and technique and sort of give us a couple things to focus on. So,
is that just for goals, Jace, or is that field kicking as well?
No, that's for all kicking, goals and field kicking.
Right.
Yeah, I know he works really closely with the forwards, but he's going to be working very closely with everyone down the team.
Well, where'd he come from? Tell us about him. I've not heard his name.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, North Melbourne, I think it was. He come from, and he did a little bit with us last year, just sort of coming in and sort of talking to us and showing us a few things. But now he's full time with us, and I think he's been a really good inclusion. And I think something that we'll definitely look to obviously improve as our kicking. So he's definitely a big part of the coaching staff this year.
Joe Richards, he's gone in the middle the last couple of weeks. He's added a bit of spark and. He's got quick feet, we know that, and I know Dean Bragan was pretty keen to get him in there and the like, but he's definitely added something for us, I think, in the mix. Yeah,
100%. I think not only in obviously fast feet and that stuff, but his defensive stuff is probably just as good as anyone in the comp. He runs hard, he works to outnumber, he tackles, he gets in, and then when he gets the footy, he makes good decisions with it. He's skillful, and he likes kicking the ball inside 50. He's a pretty good kick inside 50, so... he's been a really good addition there, and I guess we're probably going to keep him in there a fair bit. So, it'll be good to see his game grow.
So, when you're working in your lines and the like, when you had your line meeting, what were they saying to you about, what can you work on?
Me personally?
Yeah, you personally. Yeah.
Well, for me, I just go back to contest. That's my main thing. Going into a game, when I'm switched on and I'm playing well, my contest is good, and if I can get that done. But contest isn't obviously just in the contest. Obviously, like being clean in that, it can be aerial, it can be supporting the contest, like going to outnumber, and things like that. That's sort of the main thing I sort of base my game around. And they've been obviously very happy with how it's going. But obviously, there's always room to improve.
Right. Saturday night's game at the G, Collingwood. I think if we're serious about it, it's a real opportunity. Probably haven't played Collingwood with this much opportunity, I think,
they're
as far
gettable.
as with players out and the like. I think we could go into this game with the way we're playing and the belief in the system, just making sure, like Rowey says, if we get the lead, we just maintain the lead.
Yeah, 100%. I think Collingwood are obviously a good side, and if they bring their A game, they're going to be hard to beat, but especially in their home ground at MCG, they're going to have a big crowd there, I'm guessing. So, I'm sure they'll bring their A game, but it's obviously a game that we think we should be neck and neck with them. So, just got to keep executing our game plan and hopefully things go away and we can get the win.
Starting to get some injured players back, which is good, Jace. Will there be many changes this week?
We've got Sam Papella coming back to play footy.
Good.
At the level, I think, which will be nice. So.
Don't just gloss over
this
that.
Week?
That's
is that this
a
week?
magnificent announcement.
Yes, it is.
Hey?
Yeah, but I think he's coming back to the sample, I think, not AFL.
Good. Yeah, but this week?
Yeah, that would be good inclusion in the sample, and to get him back would be good because he's obviously the heartbeat of our team. So that'll be very big for us, and especially around the club. He's a big leader off the field, so good to have him back. And I think we got a couple other boys coming back. Jack Lacoste has put his hand up, obviously, in the sample, which has been really good. So obviously we'll have to see with selection, but we've got a couple of people that can come back and play some roles for us.
Just don't throw that out willy-nilly. This needs this. This is easy.
Hot off the press.
Sam Powell-Pepper is about to play SANFL football for the first time in a year.
Well done, JC. You gave us something, you big legend.
I like it. Well done.
Oh, that's exciting.
Hey, JC, who will you probably line up against with the Collingwood team? Who normally sidles up alongside you?
They're as in the wing opposition to them.
Yeah.
I think they had Steele and the other one was I can't remember.
Still side bottoms out. Josh Dacos has come up onto the wing.
Yeah, they obviously they've got some good players there that can play roles in that, so it should be a good battle there, and I'm looking forward to them. Obviously, you can't under-prepare for anyone, so they'll obviously be firing, so got to be ready for them.
No, man. Definitely can't under-prepare for anyone. Jay, say good luck at the G on Saturday night. Let's get a good result. Let's not worry about a close result, nearly. Let's get a good result in our favour.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
There you go. Jace Burgoyne, Port Adelaide on the wing for Saturday night game against Collingwood.
Well, that's exciting.
Sam Powell-Pepper.
Sam Powell-Pepper personally,
awesome.
God, he's everyone's favourite. He's a heart and soul player. He is that little piece they need. Well, along with Connor Rosie.
Yeah.
Imagine Pep back with his Pep.
Yeah, I'd like Bergman back in action too. That'd be good as well.
There's another one. Actually, I said the other day, someone immediately said, well, Rowey, have you forgotten?
Bergs. Yeah. He hasn't had, he's a bit like Calamarchi. They haven't had a start yet. And they've been injured all the time in and out. So, you need your good players fit.
Through the year.
No doubt about that.
That's exciting.
That is great news. He integrated into full contact training, Sam Powell-Pepper, last week. It said on their injury report just yesterday he was still 1 to 2 weeks away, but it sounds like they might have advanced that very quickly. So that's great.
The press.
Paul plays Sturt Sunday in the SANFL, so that one
Jace will know. Well done. And you know what? You can manage his time through that.
Totally.
Just get him out there.
Totally.
Get him out there.
All right, jump on the phone, 8223 0000. Port supporters, you might want to have your say around Sam Powell-Pepper coming back to football. That is some great news. How excited are you for that? And, of course, our topic tonight for a $50 Powell's voucher, great performances by a veteran on the back of Lionel Messi's amazing hat-trick today, first game of the World Cup for him. 8223 0000 is our number. Let's check your traffic for Mannix, the SA name you know and trust for everything in heating and solar for your home.
Avenue, Hillbank, mud and debris with bitumen ripped up and causing slippery conditions. Blaketop Road near Williams Road. Good showers rolling through the Savo, so look out for wet roads, particularly along the coast for the drive home. And works at Ashford Slow, Anzac Highway near Grove Avenue. Camera Trimmer Parade Seaton. Dry July starts soon. Go alcohol free for 31 days this July and raise funds for cancer support. Do good, feel good. Sign up now at dryjuly.com. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
It's 16 minutes to 5 now, Timmy.
Not.
Hot off the press.
We just have to retract that last hot off the press. We have been informed that Sam Powell-Pepper is likely to return next week.
So
not
premature.
This week. A little excited, Jace Burgoyne, fair enough.
Jace.
But Sam Powell-Pepper not this week. Next
and that's
week.
Officially from the club.
Anyway,
we'll celebrate it. We'll celebrate it.
Still exciting.
Next week.
Still exciting. So well played.
Let's get to a break.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. Crow's big man Riley O'Brien joins Rowey and Timmy G each week on the 5AA Sports Show. Find out what's going on at Westlakes. Thanks to Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens Swear Jar Pledge. Riley O'Brien swears to bring you the latest Crows and AFL news.
Life happens fast. That's why Bendigo Bank is bigger for making it easy to open an account in minutes right from your phone. Find us in the App Store today. Bendigo Bank, the better big bank. Eligibility criteria, terms and conditions apply.
Not every conversation stays with you. This one will. Join Stephen Bartlett as he asks the questions and nothing is left unsaid. Search The Diary of a CEO wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi Australia, Optus social media manager Derek here. We've read lots of comments, a bit like this one. Why can't I speak to a human when I need to? We want you to know we're on it. Optus offers 24/7 human tech support via our app and web chat. And on social, if you count me, 24/7 human tech support online, we're on it.
Now at Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance, up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. Big brands HP, Asus, Acer and Lenovo up to 30% off. Save $300 on Samsung Galaxy S25 FE 128 gig, now $797. Save a massive $820 on Eufy 3 4-camera security system, now $978. Save $100 on Samsung Galaxy Tab A11 Wi-Fi 128 gig, now just $377. Printers from just $38. Plus more in-store and online. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance on now.
Built like a brick house. Basic Trailers are your best mate for any load. Use the code 5AA to pay only $1 for rego on purchase of your new trailer. True blue deal at FIVEAA. Basic Trailers. Basically, better.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Toop and Toop has been named Australia's #1 large residential agency of the year at the Real Estate Institute of Australia National Awards. It's a proud moment and a reflection of more than 40 years helping South Australians buy and sell property with trusted advice, strategic expertise and exceptional results. As a family-owned agency, we're incredibly grateful to our clients and community for placing their trust in Toop and Toop since 1985. To learn more, visit toop.com.au.
Get into Trims now for their massive end of financial year sale. Enjoy huge discounts on all their top brands. It's Adelaide's iconic menswear store with an iconic end of year sale. We're talking 20% off store-wide across all your favourite brands like RM Williams, Blundstone, Levi's, FXD, Akubra and Yeti. Trims end of financial year sale is the one you don't want to miss. What a perfect time to stock up on all your essential and workwear clothing. Head into Trims now, 430 King William Street in the CBD. Trims.com.au.
Harris Scarf Friends exclusive 20 to 50% off store-wide sale is on now. Save big on full-price bedding, kitchen, electrical and more. Don't miss out. Sale ends soon. Excludes clearance and gift cards. See conditions online. Harris Scarf. Great brands, great prices.
Hilux, an unbreakable connection since 1968. The new Hilux is here to take you from the worksite to the weekend with confidence. If you're looking for a ute that Australia knows and trusts, Hilux has been proving itself for generations. Plus, every new Hilux comes standard with capped price servicing. Conditions apply. Experience the new Hilux difference and take a test drive today at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
12 minutes to 5. Jimmy Bartell joining us at 5 tonight. And, of course, join us on Friday as well. We're going to be live down at the Mosaic Hotel Bar and Beer Garden at West Lakes. It's just part of that new footy park precinct, which is outstanding. If you haven't been there before, if you like golf too, very good spot. Ex-golf and Hay Kenny mini golf there as well.
Done it all.
Function room there. The oval function room's outstanding, overlooks footy park. And the Mosaic dining room and atrium is fantastic. It's all a one-stop shop for their entertainment in the West. And we'll be there from 4 o'clock. So grab your Friday knock-off with us down at the Mosaic Hotel Bar in their new beer garden.
You just give John Fogarty a bit of crank.
Oh, he likes.
Oh,
yeah.
God, I love him. John Fogarty, don't you like him?
Love it.
Credence, crank it, crank it.
Love
What's it out? The riff's out. What a bloody...
That's
whatever.
it, mate. Can't last forever.
Hello, Gregory at Paralawi. Who's your legend that, you know...
yeah, great veteran performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just calling actually to piggyback on the guy that talked about Tom Brady because I was going to call in about him.
Right.
Because he did win the Super Bowl with Buccaneers, but not his first year there.
Right.
It wasn't until he convinced the owners to go out and get Rob Gronkowski to come out of retirement and win the Super Bowl, and that's the guy I'm calling about.
Right. Yeah, good call. Yeah, that's a great call, Gregory. Thank you for that. 822-300-00. Keep them coming in. The Western Bulldogs are red hot. Red hot! They're pushing into the Indian market. They revealed that to the AFL. They reckon in the next 10 to 15 years they want to do that. Now, you know better than any, Timmy.
I'm saying copycat dirty rat.
Okay, because Port Adelaide pushed into the other big market in the world, which is China. And you did. You went to Shanghai. We went there. Commercially, still to this day, you'd say a massive tick. MG, which is a Chinese company, you're still a sponsor. Correct. So I get the commercial point of that, and I know the strengths of Port doing that. And it was never about them playing football there. No. It was about getting a game that was partnership. So I get that. But my number one short-term goal, this would be me if I was on that commission, my number one short-term goal is getting your backyard right before you go to new frontiers. And I mean by that by saying we've got a market called Tasmania coming in. Let's get that embedded. Now, that's going to be a 2 or 3 to 5 year burn. They've got to get a stadium and all that. Then they've got another market that I think is just untapped, unbridled, has that much talent there that if they had their own team, I speak of the NT, you know, I've got a business up there, and I love the Northern Territory. Get that right. And get that right might mean that they have 11 games there a year, not 3. Not Gold Coast play there twice and Melbourne sneak into Alice Springs once. That when Melbourne came to Alice Springs that last weekend, it just lifts that community like you would not believe.
Yeah, I've been there for quite a few games
and I've called this role. And it unites it, and a town like that needs it. The talent that would be around in those 5 communities is unbelievable. So before you think about wasting your millions of dollars on India, who okay, there's some business links and some tenuous business links with us and cricket and the way they live and the way we live. I get that. They ain't ever going to take to that.
No.
So let's get Northern Territory right and Tassie right. Do not waste 1 red cent on that Indian market.
I'm not going to be too critical because I think, again, it was easy to look at Port's bid into Shanghai and be critical of it because it was different. I think it's a similar approach. I don't think they're looking to develop the game over there.
Commercial.
I think it's going to be an absolute commercial play because you think about they're fighting for the broadcast rights to keep increasing. Now, you've already heard the rumblings at Fox saying, we're not going to pay that again because we're not getting this, that and the other. So their thought process is, what if we could add another 3-4 million eyeballs on a game?
Well, and they will, but this is what I'm saying. Is it development or commercial dollars, or do you need the commercial dollars to get the development?
I'd say it's 100% commercial, and you definitely need money to develop.
Well, if one leads to the other, if you want to go to a new frontier and get that, and let's just say they made 100 million from it, I want that ploughed into Tasmania and the Northern Territory.
Yeah.
And if one can help the other, I'm in for it. But if it's not, and they just waste it, which they do, they've got to get the NT up and running.
I was saying to Sam, I've been watching, and it's a comedy on ABC with Sam Payne. It's called Ground Up, and it's actually a bit of comedy, but it's too close to the truth for mine about Tasmania and about the issues that are going to happen now and moving forward with Tasmania. It's actually funny, but it's actually very disturbing when you watch it. I'm very concerned about, you want to talk about money going south, that is a real concern. There's a little bit of a skit there where they have a whiteboard and a minister comes in and Sam Payne's yelling at the assistant, wipe it off. And on the back of the whiteboard had stadium build, 715 million, likely to be 1.8 billion. I don't think that's far off the truth. That's the problem with this show. It's funny, but it's not.
But that's exactly right. So get your backyard right. You're committed to that. You're going to have to sink a lot of dollars into that. And I think the other 18 AFL clubs would support it before you would support any new frontier into India. I don't care how much money they're going to throw at us. Good point. Hello, Quentin with a Q.
Fellas, hey, Stephen, you've been anti-growth of Gold Coast and Giants. Is that true?
Oh, well, I haven't been a fan of the money we've thrown at it, and I haven't liked the model that they did it, and I haven't liked how they went about it. Yeah, that'd be true, Quentin.
And you just said then that the $100 million they make from going overseas or whatever, it should be ploughed into Tassie and Northern Territory.
Well, they're the two frontiers on our deck, Quentin. Yep.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I think Tasmania is just a complete waste of money because there's no growth there. But there's growth with football in Greater Western Sydney and Gold Coast. And I get it for Northern Territory. I get it. And Tasmania, I understand. I just don't think it's the right thing. And what you said is saying plough the money into those. It is just going to be another cash cow of Tasmania and Northern Territory.
Well, I tell you what, Quentin, if the AFL could have wound back the clock and sunk the same amount of money into Tasmania as they did into Sydney and the same amount of money into Northern Territory that they put into the Gold Coast, I would nearly guarantee you this, those two markets, Tasmania and Northern Territory, would be far ahead of where they are in New South Wales and Queensland. And I'd love to see it. I'd love to see a business case that. Well, Quentin, I'll tell you why. Because they're both parochial football states.
I understand all that, but where the growth? What are you talking about growth? When you're looking at the growth of the biggest amount of underage footballers is in Gold Coast. They have more underage football teams in the Gold Coast than what Adelaide does.
They don't have footy grounds either in Sydney and Queensland.
Hang on, no. Well, what about that? You're not going to make a comment on that. They have the growth of the game.
Of course they do.
Participation has.
But where are you going to get that in Tassie?
Well, it's not all. It's not all about.
They don't have reproduction in Tassie. There's no growth.
It's Quentin, it's a reasonable point, and I know that we're probably too far down the track, but I like the NFL model that they did in the United States, where they had a look at baseball, they had a look at the NBA, who's their big competitors, if you like, and they went, that one plays over 100 games, this one plays 84 games or something ridiculous a year. They went, we'll make ours the most scarce product on the planet, 14 games, then you play your conference finals and then to the Super Bowl, and we'll make that the most expensive thing to advertise in. What's dearer than a 30-second ad in Super Bowl?
Nothing.
Exactly. So that scarcity model, I think we're too far down the track now, but I think we need to pull it back because of our population, pull it back to a tighter competition, maybe even 14 teams, and make it really elite.
But that horse is bolted. Some of the best...
Their own fault.
NFL teams come from the smallest population, the most successful ones. You have a look over there.
New England?
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like some of them are just unbelievable, unbelievably successful, and the whole community gets behind it, and commercially, and they've got TV and all that. I get all that, but it's not always about numbers. It's not all about commercial realities. We have a state called Northern Territory that is littered.
I still say
with talent that they haven't even half tapped into.
I don't think they put a 5-year or 10-year plan together and said what should the game look like and how many teams should be in it.
Yeah, but don't go saying to me, we need more Indigenous players. Well, okay, hang on.
Yeah,
you've got it.
It's counterproductive.
Of course it is.
That's a good one. Word. Kev said, Tim, has this Tasmanian saga been on The Simpsons yet? Simpsons did it. You're right, Kev. They've done everything.
If they did it, it is true. Hello, John.
Hey, Stephen and Tim.
Hey, John.
I just want to talk about Port Adelaide's list. Their list is pretty good, you know. Like, they've got Miles Bergman out and the captain, Rosie, and the Pepper's out too. You know, their list on their effort the other night is a pretty good effort by them with those quality of players out.
I think it needs to be, unfortunately, I think it needs to be at its healthiest to be productive. I still think we're probably 4 to 5 away, John, and that could be coming from the younger ones. But I still think if we could add maybe just 2 or 3, classier players,
you're playing.
I think we would absolutely
the right
make some damage. Yeah.
You are playing.
But I think John's right. If your list was healthier, you definitely
you'd be better.
But I reckon 2 or 3 more. Just the finishing too is obviously a concern for us. So 2 or 3 more, I reckon we'd just about be there.
Keep your calls coming on the program and loving your interaction tonight. 8223 0000 is our number with lines available. Jimmy Bartell's going to join us after 5.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sports Show.
Do you have a concern about your aged care? If you have feedback or concerns, you can talk to your provider. They must respect your right to choice, dignity, and feeling safe. You can also talk to the Aged Care Quality and Safety Commission. We help resolve issues and take action when needed. Safe, quality care is your right. Find out more at agedcarequality.gov.au or call 1800 951 822.
Jayco's end of financial year dealer stock clearance is now on. Save thousands on dealer stock across the Jayco range, but only until June 30th. For great deals from Australia's biggest manufacturer, visit Jayco Adelaide today.
You don't just cook a barbie, you command it. That is why you need an Adelaide outdoor kitchen. You can choose the best appliances, put in a bar fridge, pizza oven, make it look schmick with one of those concrete bench tops that makes people stop and stare. Wow, where'd you get that from?
I want one,
I'll tell you where I got Adelaide Outdoor Kitchen.
Yeah, there you go. Indoor bench tops too, they're handmade, one of a kind. Nothing is off the shelf. They are unique. You really need to see them for yourself. So take a tour of their Seafood Meadows showroom. It's on Farrow Circuit, or contact Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens for more info.
Serious hosts have serious kitchens. Now build yours with Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. Just have a look online, adelaideoutdoorkitchens.com.au.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Rain tonight down to 11, showers tomorrow and 15. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. The Greens are describing Pauline Hanson's first speech to the National Press Club as racist and divisive. Today's address focused heavily on reducing immigration and transgender issues. She also put much of the blame for the cost of living crisis on net zero policies. Greens Senator Sarah Hanson-Young claims her appearance was true to form.
A leopard never changes its spots. Pauline Hanson said herself today that she has not changed. And boy, didn't we see that. Same old hate, same old fear, same old racism.
The Albanese government has averted strike action by childcare workers with a 15% pay rise. More from Michael Packey.
More than 200,000 childcare workers will be given a pay rise from July, costing the budget $3.6 billion over the next 18 months. Unions forced the government into the move amid threats of a mass walkout. The 15% increase will help bridge the gap until a broader wage rise is implemented in 2029. Federal Education Minister Jason Clare says it's the right call and will help families with cost of living pressures.
It's not babysitting, it's early education. What happens here changes lives.
Childcare centres will only be able to access the government funding on condition they cap their fees. If they decide to charge higher fees, they'll still have to cover the cost of the pay rise without the assistance.
An ISIS-linked woman charged with crimes against humanity after allegedly keeping a woman as a slave has been denied bail in Melbourne. 31-year-old Zainab Ahmed was arrested after returning from Syria last month and will remain behind bars as she awaits trial. An overwhelming majority of Australians say they support a national testing program to improve prostate cancer detection. The Prostate Cancer Foundation survey also finding that 3 in 5 respondents believe cost pressures, long wait times and barriers to accessing a GP are preventing early diagnosis. Chief Executive Officer Anne Savage says it needs to be treated as a national health priority.
Right now, prostate cancer claims the lives of nearly 4,000 Australian men every single year. Action on early detection can save their lives.
And Jeremy Clarkson has revealed he has prostate cancer. The 66-year-old British TV presenter sharing the news in the latest episode of his show Clarkson's Farm. He's undergone surgery but says there have been complications during his treatment. Now turning to 5AA Sport, it's off to the MCG this weekend for Port. Their round 15 opponent is Collingwood. Jace Burgoyne has told Rowey and Timmy G they'll be doing everything they can to get back on the winners list.
Collingwood obviously a good side, and if they bring their A game, they're going to be hard to beat, especially in their home ground. We've got to keep executing our game plan and hopefully things go away and we can get the win.
North Melbourne's Jai Simpkin has been given a warning by the AFL for his Instagram story he posted last night. It was criticising the Paul Curtis suspension. A big fine for the Gold Coast, $20,000 for repeat umpire contact, and the club could be fined again if there are any further breaches by its players. Well, the Blues are just one game away from wrapping up the State of Origin series. Game 2 tonight is at the MCG. The Socceroos are training in Oakland ahead of their next World Cup match. They face the USA on Saturday. Awa Mobile says they're fired up.
The focus now is on the US to make sure we do the very best. Our focus is game by game. We're in a great position, of course. Everybody can see that, but we want more.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Mannix is the SA name you know and trust for everything in heating and solar for your home.
Afternoon at Gillis Plains, twisted traffic line to look out for. North East Road near Wardana Avenue. Hillbank, mud and debris with bitumen ripped up and causing slippery conditions. Blacktop Road near Williams Road and slow for works at Ashford, Anzac, Ho near Grove Avenue. Few showers rolling through. Take it easy on wet roads for the drive home with a camera. Jetty Road, Larks Bay. Dinner just got exciting. Faster Pasta's new pasta bakes are oven baked, golden brown and just so good. Faster Pasta family favourites served hot and hearty. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 11 tonight and rain. Showers tomorrow 15. Friday showers and 15. Saturday a shower or two, also 15. Right now it is 17 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, hundreds to rally as a controversial SA abortion bill is expected to be settled tonight. Pauline Hanson unveils her party plan for a monocultural Australia. Australian First. See the new app that can help stop a heart attack before it happens. And the Thunderbirds headed for the Commonwealth Games. 9 News. Your news. 9th at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Hey, are the onions done?
Not long now.
For over 12,000 South Australians, the most important meal of the day is from Meals on Wheels.
How's the soup coming along?
Behind the meals and behind the wheels are our wonderful volunteers, like our cooks who make the delicious three-course meals for our customers.
Amanda, hello.
If you love cooking, we could do with you.
Oh, it smells delicious.
Become a volunteer today and help us keep the wheels turning.
See you tomorrow, Chris.
Visit mealsonwheelsa.org.au for details.
Here's another top tyre tip from Tyre Power. We all want to get more kilometres from each tank. Did you know that your tyres can affect your car's fuel efficiency? Always make sure your tyre pressure is right and that your wheels are properly balanced and aligned. If in doubt, give the experts a shout at Tyre Power. It's just another way Tyre Power is helping you save. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local independent owner.
When deciding on a gas fireplace for your home heating, you may think they all look the same. Well, at the gas shop, we're more than happy to
turn the lights down low. So you can see how different each one is. That's a beautiful thing. Heating, cooking, comfort, turn on. To the gas shop, 161 Unley Road, opposite Target.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, Jimmy Bartell as the AFL set their sights on footy in India. Where are they now with former Crow and Demon Anthony Ingerson? Plus, Darren Lockyer prepares us for Game 2 of Origin and your calls on great veteran performances.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
It's 7 after 5. Get involved in this Wednesday night. Love your calls. 8223 0000. The lines are available for you to call in on right now. And right now, thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company. They are SA family owned and operated since 1980.
Bartell checks sides it brilliantly. He can do it all, James Bartell. Here's my Broadway man.
Jimmy Bartell on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, each and every Wednesday, thanks to Statesman Windows, this man comes on and makes too much sense. Jimmy Bartell, welcome.
Thanks, guys. That's too kind of you.
Yeah, well, we keep getting text messages after you come on and they all say, gee, that man makes a lot of sense. It's unbelievable. So keep it up, mate. Must be a reflection on me and Rowey, I reckon. Hey, buddy, North Melbourne in the news for a couple of different stories. One, the Paul Curtis one, they're not going to challenge. And he got the 3 weeks. Interesting after the Frampton one got off. And then a couple of their blokes been dropped for having a little tipple after the Bunbury game a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, well, the first one regarding the suspension with Paul Curtis, again, we're back around Paul Curtis. Remember, had the 3-week suspension. Might have been at the Adelaide Oval last year. But, again, we've touched on it, the flaws in the system. And if everyone keeps highlighting the flaws, I'd love to know or someone to speak into a microphone and say, well, no, we've got the system right, because clearly no one has actually gone to work to address it. They said they addressed it by giving the MRO and also the tribunal, I guess, an allowance or an out where they don't have this situation where it's 3 weeks or no weeks, which is the Paul Curtis situation. They graded it severe, clearly because of the concussion. There's another discussion, Eddie Maguire talks about number one duty of care is yourself, not blaming Hamish Davis, but you want to try and look after yourself. He was pinned, okay. But the fact of the matter is, 3 weeks is a pretty harsh suspension, and we've said this a lot of times. It just feels like we're suspending the current playing cohort because of future litigation coming down the pipe, and I don't think that's a good way to do business.
No, spot on there, absolutely, and that's one of the issues. I don't know that Paul could have done much more in that situation, other than put a pillow underneath his head as he fell.
Yeah, and I know it might be fanciful, but I get a little annoyed that when the case is put forward against players or when they're making the case against them, that they do it in, split-second frames and they ask players to do things where it takes you that long to actually process the question or what they're asking you to do. If it takes that long, how do you think you're going to process it in a split second when you're actually live in action? So it's almost like you need to have a blanket rule that when you're putting the case against the player that you've got to do it in real time. Like I get the thought and the process of using slow motion and freeze frames if you're looking for where contact was made or, little, nuances to the case. But, if you ever want to pull your hair out, listen to a tribunal case. It's some of the worst stuff that you ever want to hear.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? What about the two lads that have been dropped for drinking over in North Melbourne? When they played in Bunbury. That particular, and it was a heavy loss. I think that'd drive anybody to drink, quite frankly. But would they have been so strong if it was a couple of the star players?
You hope they would be, and it's about driving standards and culture, particularly North Melbourne, who've come from a long way back. Of course, we know where they've been the last 5 years. They've been nearly sub-AFL standards. When you're only winning 1 or 2 games and you've had percentages around 50 and 60, which says you've been losing on average about 50, 60 points for the last couple of years. Now, they're doing a lot better. I'm probably one of the more bullish people on North Melbourne and their improvement. But on those two gentlemen, pretty much a lack of self-awareness. One of them is on his second chance as far as AFL career. Fisher, going from Carlton to North Melbourne. Wouldn't you be doing everything in your power if you're actually serious about being an AFL footballer, or are you just happy that you're an AFL footballer? And there's a big difference with attitude. And the other player, I think it was Dawson, you're not exactly a first 23 player at the moment, so wouldn't you be doing the same? Look, I'm not being a stiff or anything. Like, I enjoyed a beer after a game as much as anyone else, and I still enjoy it. But you've got to have a bit of awareness. Like, you've just been beaten by 20 goals in probably one of your worst displays in recent times. Just pull your head in a little bit. Like, again, I know young men and we all make mistakes, but it's your AFL career that you're playing with.
Time and a place.
I'm telling you, scapegoats. If they were the only two that went out, I'd walk to China backwards. If that was Larky and Harry Sheasel, they're still playing. We know that happens at clubs. Jimmy, I play with a bloke called Mods. Mods, you've got to be home at 8, kicks 9. No, you're right, you can play next week. Next week he gets home late, you kick 10. No, you can still play. I'd only have to fart the wrong direction. I was out of the team.
Yeah, and look, I can't disagree with that. We know there's rules for some and rules for others,
yes,
and that's always been footy. And there's, for some guys, they get one chance, other guys get 10 chances, and it's based off talent. That is like 100% fact, and that goes on in any sport or any industry, really. It does. Talent gets you extra opportunities, but also that's why I reckon with those two in particular, you're probably in the position the lack of self-awareness that, you're not Larky and you're not Sheasel, so maybe you have to do things differently, and one of them might be you have to be a bit of a stickler for the rules for a bit.
Yeah, and I agree with that one. I want to jump to this one. AFL's eyeing over India as a away game, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. Why would they waste their money? There is no way in God's earth that an Indian is going to support football like they do cricket.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily around trying to turn, Indian like locals over there, if they play in Mumbai, into AFL fans. It'll be, I think, part of a bigger picture. Can they generate an extra round of football for when they go to broadcast? So to be doing when we get Tassie in and things like that, well, can they push the season out to 25 rounds? And one of those rounds, they'll probably ask AFL clubs, can you find an away game, a home away game, if that makes sense? Can you play not only the games in Darwin or Alice, but can you go to New Zealand, California and India, and then you go to broadcast and you go, hey, we've got additional content which you can play for. You can beam it into different markets, which then they can go to advertising and sales and sell that space to a broader market. So I think it's probably more a financial play than a football play.
Well, if they do that before playing a game around every week in either Alice or Darwin, probably more in Darwin and less in Alice, well, then I don't want to ever hear the AFL say, oh, we're worried about the numbers of Indigenous players that are coming through. They got to get that backyard right, Jimmy, before they do anything in bloody Mumbai, in my eyes. You know what I'm trying to say? That is a captive, talented market that we have not capitalised on.
Well, you should expect them to have the capability to do both, but I won't be holding my breath on the ability to execute both well. But I agree with you. Yeah, you've got to take care of grassroots football and Heartland as well as New Frontiers. But there'd be a bit of it too of, does it open the market for, Port Adelaide's experience, as we know, going to China? Well, did that open up the market for some bigger corporates to come on board and build that relationship, because that business is based out of China or India or wherever they may go?
Yeah, no, I think a commercial play is what's afoot there.
Well, you've still got MG with
yeah.
So you'd have to say that was a success, Timmy. You were the commercial manager back then.
Absolutely. It worked commercially for us.
It did.
Unbelievable. And it wasn't exactly what Jimmy said. It wasn't about trying to get the Chinese people to play Aussie rules. It was about the business opportunities both ways. And I think that's where maybe the AFL trying to head to
the same thing
with India. I think it's just a different, same thing, different hairdo. So, hey, Jimmy, I love the, I think it's called, Gettable, and they talk about possible trades and the like, and it's right in the middle of a season, and we're talking about Lachie Neale going to Collingwood, and I don't know, it sort of still unnerves me a little bit when those conversations happen, but you could sort of see that. I'm not sure that Collingwood, as far as their needs go, I understand if people are after Lachie Neale, they might have a younger midfield and maybe need some leadership and the like, a bit like what Hodgie did at Brisbane in their back line. But I'm just, I still get a little unnerved about it when they're talking about it.
Yeah, and I'm with you. Gettable is a great podcast that they do, because I have massive respect for Cal Toomey and Riley Beveridge. They're the type who, when they've got something, you can pretty confidently say, well, they've got it straight from someone really close to the source, and they've got their finger on the pulse, those two. But regarding Lachie Neale, it doesn't cost them anything as far as draft picks, because he's a free agent, just because of his age and his tenure as well. And it still means that they then can go address, well, whether it be used, but clearly they need some forwards, because the fact that Jamie Elliott's gone out and that they're struggling to kick a score. They've struggled to kick a score all year, even with Jamie Elliott in. So it still allows them to do that. Lachie Neale's a bit different. Like I think we can still see he's absolutely at the peak of his powers, and what he does, the knock-on effect. If you had Lachie Neale, does that mean Nick Dacos and De Goey, one of them can always rest forward, and that'd create all sorts of headaches as well?
Yeah.
I think it'll allow them a lot of different things. And clearance work, yes, even with Dacos, Pendlebury and De Goey, sides can still get on top of them. And we know for Lachie Neale's 2 Brownlow, 2 premiership career, he's one of the best to ever do it around stoppage and clearance.
Yeah, great.
Oh, God, he's good. I'd have him in a heartbeat. Jordan Dawson, right now, a lock for All-Australian captain, but we're only halfway through. A lot of things can happen. But he'd also nearly be a lock for a top 3 in the Brownlow. His month of footy since his loss has been nothing short of sensational.
It's been remarkable, and I know you guys and the people over there in South Australia will say much better words than I, but I've always loved the way he's played his footy. I've always got a fondness for midfielders who can mark the football, because then they become just a completely different threat. We know he can play back, he can play forward, but his work in the midfield has been extraordinary with that lethal left foot, and then he's challenging the opposition by getting into the front half, whether by marking the football or just on the run from 50. He was exceptional, and it was so great to see him live the other night. He just was doing everything, and so I'm with you. You'd have him top 3, or he's closing in on top 3 in the Brownlow, but as you mentioned, I think he had the respect of the footy world, but I just think it's gone to another level, what he's doing. Of course, as we know, that the heartache his family would be going through, he just rises and rises again in everyone's esteem.
Jimmy, as always, thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Jimmy
He's a ripper.
Bartell, all thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company, SA family owned and operated since 1980. And just like Jimmy, they are elite. That is Jimmy Bartell, thanks to Statesman Windows.
Do you know what I had in common with Jimmy Bartell with my footy career?
Number 3.
We both wore number 3, and that's where it started and finished. Jimmy Bartell, what a legend.
Yeah, he's so good, isn't he? 20 minutes after 5. Let's check your traffic around Adelaide. Mannix, the SA name you know and trust for everything in heating and solar for your home.
Afternoon at Underdale, lights out on Holbrooks Road near Ashley Street, Gillis Plains, twisted traffic like North East Road near Wandana Avenue, and Hillbank mud and debris with bitumen ripped up and causing slippery conditions, Blacktop Road near Williams Road. Slow going South Road, Edwardstown, busy Fullerton Road at the Glen Osmond Road intersection with the camera trim operates Seaton. This World Cup, add an anytime goal scorer to your sports bet same game multi. If they have the first shot of the match, that leg wins, even if it misses. With Sportsbet, conditions apply. You win some, you lose more. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. Be listening to the 5AA Interactive Lounge this Thursday with Stacey Lee. Representatives from SportsMed will be on air, debunking myths about common musculoskeletal issues, such as tennis elbow, carpal tunnel syndrome, and frozen shoulder. There's a lot the everyday athlete can do to treat these conditions. If you have questions, they'll also answer them confidentially off air. Catch the 5AA Interactive Lounge with SportsMed this Thursday with Stacey Lee. Call 8223 0055.
Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift.
Right now, there's never been a better time to buy a new forklift from Toyota Material Handling. Score great end of financial year deals across a selected range of new Toyota electric pallet jacks and counterbalance forklifts currently in stock, stacked with legendary reliability and productivity and ready to deliver outstanding end of financial year value. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends June 30.
This Saturday is Cross Lotto's $20 million Super Draw Saturday. Get super excited. Grab an entry in-store, online or on the Lot app now. Wouldn't it be nice? Gamble responsibly. 1-800-858-858. Chance of winning is 1 in 8.15 million.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
You can rely on Red Spot to keep Aussie airport rentals fair. We're the only car rental company who have kept our prices low during the fuel crisis. And we're the only Aussie-owned and operated choice in major airport terminals all over the country. Experience the local service that saw us named Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. For a deal you can rely on, book your next rental direct at redspot.com.au today or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
Unique, loyal, fun-loving. That's what we look for in our pals. When you're next spending time with your best friends, don't forget some of the best pals you can have. Parafield Airport Liquor Store has your everyday favourites right through to those hard-to-find products. That's what great pals do. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf, so you can always rely on their advice. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals. Next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Hi, I'm Steve Wormald from Walco Liners and Covers out at Paraka. We're a manufacturing business. We'd never done radio. Contacted 5AA and were teed up with James Wellham. Well, after I touched base with James, we had a meeting. We also got hooked up with Creative from 5AA. I had a strategy on timing of the ads. I didn't have really any clue on the content of the ad. So Creative, and I was trusting. I don't know anything about content, and I just said, go for your life. Do whatever you want. And I think you've got to do that. When you come to AA, Creative, let them do their job, which is exactly what we did. We just went, go for it.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link for more information.
Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Buy now with no deposit, 60 months interest-free on a participating Latitude credit card and get a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Shop hot clearance deals with no deposit, 60 months interest-free on a participating credit card from Latitude Financial Services and get a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. Monthly credit card fee currently $10.95 applies. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance $1,000. Equal monthly payment plan, T's and C's, charges and product exclusions. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance on now.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Welcome back at 25 minutes after 5. Where are they now with Anthony Ingerson at 5:30? So only a few minutes away from that. One of our favourite segments of the week. Right now for Glimpse Home Improvements, where you can score big savings before June 30. 30% off blinds, shutters, curtains and awnings at Glimpse Jeps Cross. A World Cup update. Yeah, we are almost a week into the tournament, which has been so much fun so far. And one of the great stories getting to the FIFA World Cup was Iraq, who's coached by former Aussie coach Graham Arnold. They kicked the first goal against Norway. Have a listen.
Alamari set. Brilliant header, it's 1-1. Ayman Hussein equalises for Iraq and is one of their all-time great goal scorers. Ayman Hussein with it.
Just a shame the news didn't get much better than that afterwards. They had 4 goals kicked against them. They lost 4-1, but that was a good start to Iraq's campaign. And the other one today, France was in action, which means Kylian Mbappe, who's one of the most incredible players in the world, kicked one of the best goals. You might even be topping the charts for goal of the tournament against Senegal.
There's a goal for the world.
And a big night ahead as well. England play tomorrow morning against Croatia.
First game.
Their campaign gets underway.
And Croatia have been performing in the last few World Cups. They've been very good.
Gee, this is a massive game.
And Cristiano Ronaldo's in action for Portugal for the first time as well. Early hours, 2:30.
They're one of the early favourites too. They're not the favourite, but they're in the top 3 or 4, I reckon.
Yeah, he's 41 years of age.
Is he really?
Yeah. Any one of 10 teams can win this.
World Cup.
Wow.
6th time World Cup.
That's incredible, isn't it? We had some discussion around, the expansion or reduction of the AFL and the like. A couple of texts came through. John said, hey, the AFL should have 20 teams split into 2 conferences, 10 and 10, and a super final that moves around the country instead of being stuck at the MCG for 59 years. Craig the Truckie said, hooray, Timmy G, I've been spruiking 14-team AFL with top 6 for years, less gap between the best and the worst, and we don't have enough talent in this country for 20 teams. This would also improve the state league, says Craig.
Well, it would, because then that'd be the feeder club. Bottom 2 out and the top 2 in.
There you go. Interesting. Let's go to Bondi. Tony, what's your thoughts?
Boys, you're barking up my tree, Timmy. So no one will ever be able to explain to me why. Well, I do understand why the AFL, who's a big national corporation, looked at expansion as growth.
Yeah.
So they went, we're going to add 2 more teams for 1 more game.
Yeah.
So now we've got 9 games and 2 of them are unwatchable. It makes no sense to me where you would have gone, actually, you know what, we're going to reinvest. The NT is a great idea. We need more Indigenous players because they're exciting. We can grow pathways in the northern states. We want 8 of the most watchable games in the world. That's the way forward. And it's the major difference between the way a corporation thinks and someone like myself and you and Rowey who have businesses. Make your product the best and your business is the best.
That's it. And it's simple.
Love that, Tony. Love that.
No, but it is simple. That's what I was getting at with Quentin with a Q. It's not all about numbers. It's about the best product.
Well,
and if you can't tell me that pushing up into Northern Territory and investing into that and getting more Suriolis and Liam Jarras, it is unbloody tapped. And they don't want to leave their home state. They want to live on their ground in their state. And there'd be nothing better than doing that.
For
our game.
I don't think they've looked at it. They've looked at it purely on
numbers.
Expand, get
numbers.
more. I'm not sure that's worked.
Eyeballs. All they're catering for is the commercial realities of a massive TV deal. Hey, we've got Anthony Ingerson coming up, and I was on with Leithy Forrest, he's a teammate of mine before.
Leith was.
I was on with Leith, and the topic I threw to Leith, and we could do it now.
You played at Mount Burr, I thought, there for a minute. The Mozzies.
223 0000. Ingo didn't have the best ball drop.
Oh, okay.
Very high ball
right.
drop.
You were talking about that, were you?
Yeah, and I said to Leith, the running out, she said to me, give us your top 3 worst ball drops in the history of the game.
Right.
I went John Butcher 1.
Yeah.
I went Nick Gill 2.
Nick, yes.
Old man Emu.
Yep.
I went Riley O'Brien 3.
Oh,
okay.
And then I had Anthony Ingerson at 4.
Wow.
And then he said, I've got a top that will top all of that.
Yeah.
Paul Northeast.
Not going to throw
and he can laugh at anyone. It's 7 flags?
8 time. But the thing about Norther was because he had a bad ball drop, he worked really hard with a guy called Bob Clayton, one of our past players, and worked really closely with our development. And what he got Paul to do was, one, learn how to do drop kicks. Because a drop kick, you have to drop it all the way to the
on the point.
Correct. To the
on your
ground,
instep.
and then you got to hit it sweet. So he started to teach him that. And what happened was, Paul, if you watch him, he lowers himself so low to get the ball onto his boot when he kicks, and that's why it looks so awkward.
But he didn't miss too many
because he was
targets.
trying to get it right down there rather than drop it from a high point. And it was, like you said, it wasn't the best looking style, but it was effective.
Targets. Yeah.
You're very smart not to include the Premier on that list. 5:30 headlines. Where are they now?
Can I read, Jigger?
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sport Show.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the news headlines. 2 children under 5 have been killed after being struck by a car in Sydney. Pauline Hanson's first address to the National Press Club has attracted protesters. The numbers have been crunched and this year's Adelaide Festival gave the state a $40 million boost. And in sport, Crow Darcy Fogarty says the club has definitely turned a corner for the better since the bye. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Mannix is the SA name you know and trust for everything in heating and solar for your home.
Massive delays tonight with the smash of McDonald Park. It's on the Northern Expressway near Curtis Road. Those delays are outbound at the moment. Underdale got lights on the Blink Holbrooks Road near Ashley Street, and Hillbank mud and debris with bitumen ripped up. It's causing slippery conditions Blacktop Road near Williams Road. Camera Halsey Road, Elizabeth East. Dan Murphy's beat prices. Get Jim Beam double serve bourbon and cola $3.75 milk can 6-pack, $31 for My Dan's members. Ends today. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, rain tonight down to 11, showers tomorrow 15. Right now it's 17 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Police Commissioner Grant Stevens, David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
The road toll in South Australia currently sits at 51 people. 52. We're on a trajectory to have a shocking year, aren't we?
Yeah, sadly we are.
5AA Breakfast.
I was thinking about this knowing I was coming in to talk to you guys today, and I think the biggest issue for us is complacency.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
You know, the vast majority of people do the right thing. We have idiots on our road.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Finding your next Volkswagen? That part's easy. At Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, the end of financial year Unlocked event has drive-away deals racing out the door. There's a huge range of new and demo Volkswagens ready for delivery right now. Plenty of colours, plenty of options. On-site finance, next-day servicing. But it won't last. So if you've been waiting, this is your moment. Get an end of financial year drive-away deal before it's gone. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, just a short drive from the city.
I've lived in this house for more than 30 years. It's where my memories are and where I want to stay. With Calvary Home Care, I get a little help with the things that have become harder, but I still live life my way. It feels good to know I'm supported without losing my independence.
Whatever care looks like for you, Calvary Home Care is here, supporting people across Adelaide and the surrounding areas. Call Calvary Home Care on 1800 527272.
Timmy, the older you get, the more you realise Botox doesn't help. No, that's not what we're meant to do. You realise buying or selling property is not just paperwork, it's your money, your timing, your family, your next big move.
That's right. That's fair to say that, and one missed detail can turn settlement day into a proper headache, and you don't want that. You're right at the precipice. You're right there, about to get it done, and it's like a domino effect. It can all go downhill pretty quickly from there.
And a really good conveyor can just give you peace of mind.
That's
How's
what you
that?
want.
That's why Hoodeman's Hornet Conveyancing makes sense. They explain the contact, the searches, the adjustments, the little legal bits. They do it in plain English so you know what's happening, and they give you confidence that the bank's going to put that money in that dude's account.
You beauty. And with Hoodeman's Hornet, you'll be dealing with the same conveyancer from the start to the finish. Clear updates, no hidden fees.
No, that's it. So if you're selling your family home or downsizing, maybe even just investing or helping the kids buy, you're not left guessing when it matters.
Look, start with a simple online quote at hhconveyancing.com.au.
A full bottle of LPG? That's useful.
2 bottles, even more useful. Your first 2 bottles of LPG for $79 each with delivery from Origin, that's all kinds of useful. Sign up by 30 September, only in selected areas. Equipment fee and T's and C's apply.
Hi, it's Jane Riley here. This year, I'll be involved again with South Australia's very own clinical research company, Fusion. Fusion is based at Norwood, and their research will help determine future treatments for all kinds of illnesses we face. But this is not just about South Australians. The work of Fusion Clinical Research will impact on future health well beyond our state. That's something I'm proud to boast about. Trusted research, proven results, Fusion.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
At 25 minutes to 6, it is Origin Game 2 tonight at the MCG. We're expecting 90,000 plus there for Game 2. It'll be outstanding viewing, I'm sure, between New South Wales and Queensland. Darren Lockyer from Nine's coverage will join us tonight at 6 o'clock to go through it all from Melbourne. But right now, all thanks to Walco at the centre of SA's biggest cover-up and their incredibly good-looking Walco mesh pool cover. It's time for...
The 5AA Sports Shows, Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
Yes, a man that played with the Central District Football Club in the SANFL, went to the Adelaide Crows, played there for 4 seasons, then went to the Melbourne Football Club and had a fantastic career there as well before, settling in, and we're going to find out exactly where, in remote Victoria. Talk none other than one of the great blokes in footy, Anthony Ingerson. G'day, Ingo.
Ingo.
G'day, Timmy. Rowey, how are you?
Yeah, good, excellent, mate. Great to catch up and talk. First of all, mate, I want to go right back to the beginning. Like, when you were a junior and the like, was that, where'd you play your junior footy?
Salisbury Footy Club, originally.
Excellent. Was there not long ago? Saw your photo up there, actually.
Yeah, so born and bred in Salisbury. Played there till around about under 14-ish time. And then... went to a school in Melbourne in Adelaide, where you had to play for the school. So I played for my school.
Of course.
Through to around under 17s, and then went back out and started playing at Centrals, under 17s, under 19s, etc.
I was wondering, you went, was it Pembroke?
Pembroke.
Yeah, Pembroke. So how did you go into Central District's training in a Pembroke uniform, mate? How did that go down?
Probably can't say on the radio, to be honest. We want to kill those college somethings, you know. And so getting off the train at Elizabeth Station in my Pembroke school uniform, probably slipped the tie and the blazer into the bag before I probably got off.
I was going to say, mate, they probably thought you were lost. That's called the wrong train.
Oh,
what a classic.
And it was funny because I used to catch the train to training, and then my mother was too scared for me to catch the train home, so she used to pick me up from training.
Wow,
and
unreal.
she was very happy when I got my driver's license and said, "Right, son, you can do that from now on."
How good's that?
We believe that.
And
Yeah, exactly. But those junior days and going through all the grades at Central Districts, that sort of gets you really ingrained in the football club. And when you made your debut, was Neil Curley still around?
Yeah. So my first season in the league team was under Neil.
Yeah, right.
So Cowboy Neil was there the year before, and I was still playing school footy.
Yeah.
And then my first pre-season was under Cowboy.
Oh, wow.
Under Cowboy, under Neil Curley.
Under Neil Curley, right. So, so how many games did you end up playing for the Dogs? Because we couldn't find it.
Well, this is a nice part of my story. I played 121 games for Centrals.
Wow.
And this is a nice part of the story. I played 121 games for Melbourne.
Oh, there you go. Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't know that.
Great synergy.
Until a couple of years after I finished, and I went out to Centrals because Clarko was coaching by this stage at Centrals, and Al and I played together at Melbourne.
Of course,
and I was partly involved with helping him get to Adelaide or get to Centrals.
Right.
Anyway, I went out and watched the game out there and went into the change rooms. And they might now, but they didn't have lockers in those days. We just had a hook where your number was.
Put your gear on.
And under that thing said how many games I played, and I'm like, oh my God, I played the exact same number of games for my two favourite clubs.
That is incredible.
Well, there was one sandwiched in the middle called the Crows.
There was one sandwich in the middle.
and you were a valuable teammate a Moningo. We loved you out there where you played 37 games over 4 years. So we'll gloss over that. I want to jump then. Well, hang on. No, I won't gloss over that.
No, don't.
How did you get to the Crows in 1992? Because you weren't there in the first year.
No, so at the end of the first 2 years of the Crows, I had a moratorium over everybody in South Australia. So there was no draft out of South Australia. So in the second year, they picked about 8 players out of the SANFL and other junior competitions, I suppose.
Yep.
And I was one of those players who came in the second year.
Okay. And who were some of those names? Was Wellman one of them?
Mods. No, Mods. Tony Modra.
Yeah.
Myself, Seb Packer.
Seb, yeah.
I think Darryl Wakeland. I think.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
There's a few others that.
Wow.
I can see the picture. We had this photo of us all in our Crows gear with sunglasses on and all this kind. It was a terrible.
The future is bright. I remember.
The future is bright. Something like that.
And Ingo had the most beautiful teeth, and it was bright.
Yeah.
So the 4 years at the Crows, how did it come to you then getting to Melbourne?
Well, I was sort of a bit like you, Rowey, in and out of the team all the time. I was sort of, if there was 4 players and 3 of them played, I didn't play.
Yep.
But if any one of those other 3 didn't play, I played, kind of thing. And so it could have been in a multiple of different positions. And so by the end of the 4th season of doing that, and particularly in my last season, I played a lot of in the SANFL and at Centrals. And I was really enjoying my footy at Centrals, and I wasn't enjoying so much at the Crows because I wasn't part of the team a lot of the time.
Yep.
And so at the end of that season, I actually put up my hand and said, look, I think I've had enough. And I was getting married at that time and thought that maybe it was time to concentrate on my work career rather than my football career. And so I went to Centrals and said, look, I'm thinking that I'm not going to play for the Crows anymore. I think I'm just going to play here. And so they were reasonably excited about that. And we, at that time, Centrals got a new coach and that was Stephen Wright.
That's right.
And so we must have had our wedding at the end of the footy season. So I'd been away and I came back and I came to my first training session and I trained, and I was pretty fit in those days. And I was running around enjoying myself and having a good time. And I remember we had a dinner at the football club and Stephen Wright came up to me and said, this is going to be the worst decision I'm going to make as part of my coaching career. But he said, you're too good to play in the SNFL. You need to go play AFL footy.
Wow.
And he said, I don't know how you go about doing that, but I think you need to go and have a look into doing that. And so it was a bit of a conflict because Ken Russell, who was the president of the club, was also my football manager.
Wow.
And he, the next thing you know, we put it out there that maybe I would go into the draft or get traded or whatever. Because originally I'd said no, I wasn't prepared to do that. I wasn't interested anymore. And I got offered in the end to either be traded to Essendon, and I was sort of the steak knives thrown into the end of the deal with the Darren Jarman, Paul Salmon, Sean Wellman, and I was the steak knives on the end of the Sean Wellman piece.
That's a huge trade.
Or go to Melbourne where, as you know, Rowey Barmy was there.
He was.
I knew Todd Viney. I knew a few. Paul Primke was there. I knew a few other guys. Andrew Obbs was there that I all knew from the SNFL. And they really wanted me, whereas I felt like if I was going to Essendon, I was like just something thrown in at the end.
Right.
And so I chose to go to Melbourne, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Yeah.
I loved it there. I felt the day I walked into Melbourne Football Club, I felt like I was walking to Centrals, but on a little bit of a bigger scale.
Yeah.
It had the same sort of atmosphere. It's obviously from the outside, people think it's not a working class club, but particularly at that time, it was really a working class club. They were on the bones of it. I was going to say arse. I didn't say it. Sorry about that. Financially, and so it was all hands on deck. Everybody was involved, and they'd come out of a time where they'd been reasonably successful. They had a lot of players who were injured, a lot of really good players in Stephen Tingay, David Schwartz, Gary Lyon was injured. A whole heap of players were injured, and Glenn Lovett as well, all super players. And so it was a really interesting time to be at the club. So the first couple of years were pretty average. We were pretty ordinary. And then Barmy left us, and then we got Neil Danaher. And Neil came in and just revolutionised the whole football club. And we've had a pretty sad few weeks with Neil passing. But I can honestly say he's the biggest influence on my life, to be honest.
Well, I read that
everyone says
when
that.
he walked in, he told you that you're going to play in defence, and I want you to go out and be the best centre-half back that's out there and the like, and you reckon you ran out 10 foot tall.
Exactly. You obviously heard the story because, that's pretty much what he did. And like, I met him at the club literally by myself. I was in there doing some weights or something or other, and I bumped into him and I introduced myself, and it was quite a funny thing. He goes, "Yeah, I know who you are." And I was sort of thinking, is that good or bad? I don't really know. Anyway, he said, "Look, you're a better than average player, and you're playing a little bit better than average."
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's again, I suppose that's good. I don't know. And he said, "Look, I'm going to teach you a few things, but I believe you can be the best centre half back in the competition. Now go and train like it."
Wow, that's
and like I literally walked out of the room like a foot taller, and I don't think I've ever shrunk that extra foot. It really engaged with me at the time, and Neil and I became really good friends and remained friends, through a long period of time. It's actually interesting that we're talking today because yesterday I played my last game 25 years ago.
Oh, wow. Happy anniversary, I suppose, for your last game.
And I know that I know that because my daughter was 25 3 days ago.
Gotcha.
And so, so she was born a couple of days before I played my last game of footy.
That's incredible, Ingo. And what about the move down back? Because you were always sort of known as a forward who can go up. And these days you probably play as a big bodied midfielder. But
probably,
how did you get that move down back? Was it Neil?
No, it was actually Neil Baum.
Right.
I pretty much got recruited to the club as a defender. What was interesting is I played all my junior footy as a forward, but in the Till Cup I played centre-half back.
Right. Who was the Till Cup coach?
Daryl Hicks.
Oh, Hicksy. Yeah, right. Great.
Yeah, beautiful man.
Yeah.
And I'm good friends with his son, Damien.
Of course,
so keep in contact with Daryl. He's not overly well at the moment, so we wish him all the best. So he played me at centre-half back. And then I played a couple of games for the Crows at centre-half back as well. At different times, again, when I was that spare part sort of person, when someone was injured, I sort of got thrown into that position.
Yeah.
And then when I went to Melbourne, Barmy was, because we had Gary Lyon, David Neitz and David Schwartz.
Not bad players.
Kind of thing, so they didn't really need me in the forward line. And I did play a couple of games in the forward lines, but predominantly when one of those guys were injured. But I sort of became a defender, and I think it was actually quite easy to become a defender when you'd been a forward.
You thrived
because and look, I sort of you knew where they were going to run or where they should run, and where the ball was going to come because you were used to leading it to the players. And it was funny. I remember this one game we played Sydney, and I was standing Leo Barry, and these days he was a forward.
Right.
And in those days, they literally used Leo Barry as a decoy because Plugger was coming out from full forward. So he would run one way and the ball would go down the other side, and they would open up the whole field for Plugger to lead. And because he could kick the ball from outside 50, he didn't really need a centre-half forward.
Yeah.
And so I vividly remember going, "Mate, you're just running in the wrong direction. The ball's got to go over here." And he just kept running that way. So I just left him and stupidly stood in the hole and waited for Plugger to kill me.
What are you thinking?
I know. What am I thinking? So
he wouldn't stop old Plugger either, would he?
No, he wouldn't. When I see you two in person, I'll tell you a very funny story of mine. It's definitely not a radio story.
I love it. Fair story. I love it.
So, Ingo, 2000, you played in a grand final, having watched your previous club, the Crows, win 97-98. Tell us about 2000.
If we go back just before that, so 98 we played, Neil Danaher came, we were a very average team, we were bottom in 97 and we end up third at the end of the minor round. And we come into the finals in pretty good form. And we play Adelaide in the first game of the finals.
That's right.
And we beat them by 50 points. We didn't beat them, we pounded them.
Yeah.
And it's actually funny, Sean Wren and I are great mates, and we talk about this game, and he goes, look, it was the best thing that ever happened to the Crows because they came home and they had this huge training session and they revamped a few things and they came out and won the premiership. And it was the first year of the 8, I think it was, and they had a different final system than they do now.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, it was a weird sort of system, and Adelaide ended up, even though we beat them, they ended up getting a second chance.
Because they were the highest loser or something.
Highest ranked loser or something like that. And so it was a weird system, but anyway, so we had 98, we had a team where we had a few younger players, but it was really an older team getting back together. So Gary Lyon played, Stephen Tingay played, Jimmy Steins was still playing. We had a real crew of older players. But the end of 98, 99, a lot of those guys retired or got injured or couldn't play anymore. And so 2000 was a really different team. I was the oldest player in the team. And we had a lot of young guys in James McDonald, Cam Bruce, Brad Green.
Yeah, of course.
All these young guys who came into the side. And it was a different game. So coming into the grand final was amazing. And Neil played one of his great tricks on me, like normal. And I was coming to the end of my time. I had a pretty bad knee injury at the time, and I was sort of really limping into the finals.
Yep.
And every now and then we got to train on the G, which was incredible. And some clubs got to do it. Melbourne seemed to do it maybe a couple of times a year anyway. We were coming into the Carlton game, which was the qualifying final. And for my era of Melbourne, this is probably our most famous game that we played in, and most of our friends' best game that we ever played in, we played for Melbourne. And anyway, we're training at the G, and I wasn't the greatest of trainers, but I was doing my thing. And I was walking out of the change rooms, and I walked past Danners, and he goes, 22nd man picked, effing lucky to be in the team.
Whoa.
And at this stage, I'm like the key defender of the team, and I'm like, what did you just say? He goes, you heard me. And I walked off, and I was out of control. I was so fired up, like it was just ridiculous. And it was quite funny because at that stage we had Chris Fagan was our backline coach.
Right.
And what a wonderful man he is, and congratulations to him for all the things that he's achieved over the last X amount of time. He was always going to be a great coach, and so it was brilliant that Brisbane gave him the opportunity to coach. Anyway, I've come into the club and having a bit of a kick. I used to kick with him the day before every game, and I'd come and have a few kicks with him. And he goes to me, I know what Neil said to you. I'm like, great. And he looks at me and goes, you haven't slept, have you? I'm like, He said, I am so out of control. He goes, look, I just let you know that you're starting on the ground. He's got faith in you. This is what you're doing. I'm like, well, that's great. That means I might sleep tonight. And anyway, we got on with it. Anyway, it was one of the best games we ever played. We were quite a way down, and we came back from behind and won the game. And it was a pretty exciting time. And then we played North Melbourne the following week in the preliminary final. And North had been like our bogey team, and we'd lost in 98 in the prelim final to North. And I've watched that game a few times of late. I don't even know how we lost that game, but we ended up losing by quite a bit. But it was an interesting game anyway. This particular night, I had the joy of standing Wayne Carey, and thankfully we got off to a pretty good start. And thankfully he ended up at centre half back on David Neitz instead of, and I think I ended up on Craig Scholl or something like that, which was a lot more enjoyable than standing Wayne Carey.
Oh, mate, fantastic memories. You've always been generous at heart, from on and off the field with your time and your friendship of that. And it was great to read that you're still involved in Jim Stein's charity Reach.
Reach Foundation.
30 years, you're on the board. We have a WhatsApp, and if everyone ever donates money, it's always Ingo, the first in, can I help, can I do anything? You've got a great heart, Ingo. You had a terrific career. You're a great teammate. We've run out of time. We never do this justice. But, mate, thanks for coming on, and all the best over there in Melbourne.
Yeah, great to talk again, mate.
Love you guys. Happy days.
Good
man.
man.
Soon.
Anthony Ingerson, our guest, of course, Central District product all the way through Adelaide and then Melbourne, and a fantastic career, and just one of the great blokes in football.
He is.
Some really great stories there. Great to reflect. It's SA's biggest cover-up. Walco's mesh pool cover keeps leaves and debris out of your pool all year round. And because it is pulled super taut, it never sags. It looks great. Ask Walco about their mesh pool cover today. Let's get to your traffic. Mannix is the SA name you know and trust for everything in heating and solar for your home.
At McDonald Park, a smash in the Northern Expressway near Curtis Road. Delays outbound. Underdale. Lights out on Holbrooks Road near Ashley Street. And Hillbank mud and debris with bitumen ripped up and causing slippery conditions. Blacktop Road near Williams Road. Slow going South Road. Edwardstown quite busy at the moment. Unley Road at the Greenhill Road intersection with a camera. John Rice Avenue, Elizabeth South. This World Cup, add an anytime goal scorer to your Sportsbet same game multi. If they have the first shot of the match, that leg wins, even if it misses. With Sportsbet, conditions apply. You win some, you lose more. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Hi, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. If you've had solar on your roof for 10 years, you would understand the big feed-in tariffs have pretty much disappeared. That's why NRG Solar will tell you the best way forward is to combine your existing or new solar system with battery storage. Storing the excess energy your solar makes during the day to use it at night is a game changer. NRG Solar helps you upgrade smarter with solutions designed to target zero power bills. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
Formula Honda's end of financial year event is on now, with great offers right across the Honda range. Receive price reductions of up to $2,000 on selected 25-built Honda CR-Vs. Premium engineering, exceptional value, a standard that's a cut above the rest. This is the end of financial year event, only from Formula Honda, and only while stocks last. Visit Formula Honda at Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond, or North East Road, Modbury, and book your test drive today. See honda.com.au for T's and C's.
Some of SA's great success stories started in a backyard shed, and Olympic Industries is one of them.
Yeah. Look, what started as a South Australian business, and a family business at that, is now the state's leading names in sheds, garages, outdoor storage, built for Australian conditions and built to last.
For decades, they've been helping SA create practical, durable spaces at home, whether it's for work, storage, or a functional outdoor area. And right now, there's a sale across their entire range. So if your backyard needs an upgrade, now's the time to act, Timmy.
Well, absolutely. Look, it's got a wide range of designs and options, and you can create space that works for you for now and into the future. So visit one of the Olympic Industries inspiration centres. They're at Para Hills, Paraka, Clarence Gardens or Old Ranella, or head to olympicindustries.com.au. Olympic Industries, built to last.
At Coles, save big on sweet treats. Right now, get half price on Cadbury Dairy Milk Block Chocolate 160 to 190 grams, now just $4. Save in-store or online. At Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Now at Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance, up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. Big brands HP, Asus, Acer and Lenovo up to 30% off. Save $300 on Samsung Galaxy S25 FE 128GB, now $797. Save a massive $820 on Eufy 3 4-camera security system, now $978. Save $100 on Samsung Galaxy Tab A11 Wi-Fi 128GB, now just $377. Printers from just $38. Plus more in-store and online. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance on now.
You've been the carer, the advocate, the constant, and you've done it out of pure love. But choosing specialist accommodation for your loved one isn't stepping back. It's one of the bravest things you'll ever do. Para Ability Community Care provides disability accommodation where every person is genuinely known, supported and cared for. We improve lives, and with our pack, you can go back to being the most important thing, the loving family member. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpack.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 2 minutes to 6. We're still taking your calls. Darren Lockyer ahead of State of Origin Game 2 at the MCG just after the 6 o'clock news, so stay with us for a comprehensive wrap around Origin tonight. Had a good unique homestyle food text just before as well.
Yeah, you said that Ingo's in the country. Well, where are they now, Timmy?
Well, I've got it here.
Spell it if you can't pronounce it.
BUNINYONG. Buninyong.
Buninyong. That's it.
Buninyong, and it's looks like it's not far from Ballarat by the looks of it.
Yeah,
just out of Ballarat.
There you go.
He's got a business there. He's been in business his whole life.
Ballarat's, what, about an hour and a half out of Melbourne?
He started a business as a very young age in the building trade. I think he ended up with an engineer's degree or a building licence.
Oh, he's smart. Very smart man.
Great lad. I think he's one of the major sponsors of Melbourne.
Well, there you go.
Yes, he's involved with partnering with Melbourne, yes.
I think the company's called Prats.
I reckon the first year he put his hand in his pocket and sponsored Melbourne, they won the flag.
2021, I think you're right. Yeah. Great get.
Good support.
Well done. Awesome stuff. Great chat too.
Good lad.
Real good lad.
He was really
his
good.
His dad was a Liberal
I think he was.
MP.
Graham Ingerson.
Yeah, Graham Ingerson.
There you go. Tell you what, not your classic Central District's player.
No.
Yeah.
No. He's a blue blood.
And I can say that. We're from a working class club.
6 o'clock news time.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Rain tonight down to 11, showers tomorrow 15. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. Heartbreak in Sydney. 2 young children have died after being struck by a car. The 1- and 5-year-old were in a pram being pushed by their mother when it was struck by a car at Cabramatta this afternoon. Their mother has been treated for minor injuries. The driver, a 56-year-old man, has been taken for mandatory testing. Acting Superintendent Timothy Kalman says it was an incredibly confronting scene for first responders and has praised passers-by for their help.
The community involved here this afternoon was, I can only say, is phenomenal. We've had a number of motorists that actually stopped and collectively have moved the vehicle onto its side, tipped the car over in order to get one of the children from underneath the vehicle.
One Nation's Pauline Hanson addressed the National Press Club today, but it was disrupted by a controversial activist group. Nelson Scott reports from Canberra.
Pauline Hanson has used her inaugural appearance at the Press Club to outline what a One Nation government would look like. The minor party is now more popular than Labor and the Coalition, and Senator Hanson is preferred Prime Minister. She used her speech to outline several long-held positions, such as abolishing climate policy. Senator Hanson also reiterated calls to slow immigration, arguing a diverse society can only thrive if it's united by core Western values.
We are a multiracial society, but we must be monocultural.
Her speech was momentarily disrupted when activist group Get Up unfurled a banner claiming she voted against a pay rise for low-paid workers.
Apologies, continue, please, Senator. Thank you very much.
We're not doing stuff. Federal police are investigating the incident.
A man and woman, both in their 20s, were sentenced to a 12-month good behaviour bond today for the ill treatment of more than 100 animals. The 24 and 27-year-old from Mount Gambier had each pleaded guilty to multiple charges of the mistreatment of animals and failing to comply with animal welfare notices. A cruelty report was initially received in January 2025, covering dogs, cats, chickens, bearded dragons and birds. A European holiday is back on the radar for many Australians after the federal government lowered its Middle East risk ratings today. Travel warnings for nations including the UAE, Israel and Kuwait have been reduced amid a pending peace deal to end the Iran war. The Travel Industry Association's Dean Long says major airlines are already responding to de-escalations in conflict.
Particularly Emirates and Qatar already significantly increased their capacity. That we expect to continue. We want to get back up to about 170 flights a week between Australia and the Middle East. That will mean really great connections to Europe.
Qatar resumed daily flights between Adelaide and Doha today. Now turning to 5AA sport, the Crows are preparing to face Melbourne at home on Saturday. Adelaide are top 6 with 8 wins this season. Darcy Fogarty says they've turned a corner since the bye.
I think we always knew that the good footy was definitely there and it wasn't far away. Have we turned a corner? Yes, but I think we're just starting to click and simplify our game plan a little bit. I think everyone's on the same page.
The Gold Coast Suns have been fined $20,000 after a string of players were found guilty of careless contact with an umpire. North Melbourne's Jai Simpkin has been given a warning by the AFL following comments he made on Instagram. He labelled the match review officer laughable after teammate Paul Curtis failed to have his 3-match ban overturned. State of Origin fever has hit Melbourne. Queensland haven't won an Origin game at the MCG in more than 30 years, but tonight may be the night. The Maroons are hoping to bounce back after losing Game 1. And Austria has rounded out the day at the World Cup with a 3-1 win over Jordan. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Mannix is the SA name you know and trust for everything in heating and solar for your home.
Big delays with the smash at McDonald Park. Northern Expressway to Curtis Road delays outbound. That rain helping either. Very heavy showers rolling through tonight, so super wet roads. Underdale, lights out Holbrooks Road near Ashley Street. And we're getting quite busy South Road 3 Mile End. Camera, Hart Street, Glanville. Get an additional $2,000 cash back on top of existing EOFY offers across select Nissan variants. This Thursday till Saturday only. Search Nissan offers. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA weather.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Rain tonight down to 11, showers tomorrow 15, Friday showers and 15, Saturday also 15 with a shower or two. Right now it is 17 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you. I'm Brenton Rackless. Tonight, the latest on a bid to change abortion rights being debated in Parliament. The airline's back in action at Adelaide Airport and the new destination taking off. And our first look inside Kmart's new homeware store. Don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 Now as soon as you're home.
Hi, it's Wayne Phillips from Geely Ranella. With the price of fuel, now is the best time to jump into a feature-packed Geely with red-hot end-of-financial year offers, like 0.88% finance with no deposit for a 36-month term across the Geely range. T's and C's apply. Choose from electric or hybrid models including the EX SUV extended range and Star Race Super Hybrid with amazing quality. So, if you're looking at electric or hybrid, check out the Geely range before doing anything. Take one for an extended test drive today at Wayne Phillips' Geely Ranella.
Fred Hollow's vision was to end avoidable blindness. Your donation can help restore someone's sight. Donate at hollows.org. Help continue Fred's vision.
Now, you know how some ingredients, they just quietly make everything better. Now, for a lot of South Australian cooks, that's Weech's Barossa Valley egg noodles. Now, they've been making them in the Barossa for more than 90 years using quality Barossa eggs and simple ingredients the way they always have.
Oh, how good's that? And the beauty of having a box or two in the pantry is just how easy dinner becomes. A rich ragu, a quick stir-fry, chicken noodle soup. It's soup time, isn't it? Even chili garlic prawns if you're feeling, well, a little bit adventurous.
That I am, and they're the kind of noodles that turn whatever's in the fridge into a proper meal. So chicken, beef, prawns, leftover veggies, just add Weech's Barossa Valley egg noodles and suddenly dinner comes to life.
Very healthy too,
Amazing.
Very healthy. The range is fantastic. Fine ribbons, string noodles, chilli, black pepper and more. There's a style for just about anything you feel like. Full cooking.
Spot on. Look for Weech's Barossa Valley egg noodles in the pasta section of your supermarket. 90 years in the making, devoured in minutes.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can rely on Red Spot to get you there. We're the all-Aussie family-owned car rental company in airport terminals and cities across Australia, with a new fleet and plenty of hybrid options too. Experience the exceptional service that earned us Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. Book direct and save now at redspot.com.au today, or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
G'day, Keith Conlon here. You've probably heard me talking about fusion clinical trials. Clinical research is vital for paving the way in the development of new medications and future health management. This is Fusion's commitment to Adelaide with its team of doctors, health professionals and the community working together to improve the well-being of all Australians and those beyond our shores. Rest assured, we'll be hearing more about fusion clinical research in the months ahead. Trusted research, proven results. Fusion.
They say one of life's biggest decisions is buying a home. But sometimes the hardest one is leaving it. At Anglicare SA, we're here to help you stay where you belong, at home. We offer support for everyday things like cleaning, gardening, cooking, but are also experts in care management, allied health, and clinical nursing. Because we believe there's no place like home. Let us help you stay where your heart is. Find out more at Anglicare SA. You are at home.
The usual sales are on, but your furniture should feel anything but usual. And the discounts, are they really as big as they say? It's time to visit Adelaide's best kept secret, Nordic Design Furniture in Stepney. The first thing that hits you is the smell of solid timber and real leather. Dining, lounge, bedrooms, cabinets, all handmade right here in SA. Come and see just how different the Nordic Design showroom is, or visit their amazing website. Open 7 days, McGill Road, Stepney. Yes, it's a Nordic.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Yeah, it is 9 minutes after 6 on this Wednesday night. And a reminder as well, coming up on Friday, we're going to be live at West Lakes at the Footy Park Precinct at the newly opened Mosaic Hotel Bar and Beer Garden. Should be fantastic. Come join us at 4 for some Friday knockoffs. They've got an awesome setup down there. The X-Golf, which is upstairs. They've got the Hey Caddy mini golf setup as well, and the Oval View function room overlooking Footy Park, and the Mosaic dining room and atrium. It's a one-stop shop for entertainment in the West, and make it one of your new locals to head down to, and come see us on Friday. It'll be a lot of fun for the show. But it is a Wednesday night, which in the middle of winter means we get to rev ourselves up for a big game of Origin.
Well, Rowey, I cannot wait tonight. The house is empty. Girls are going out to watch Still Where's Prada or some garbage. I'm going to be sitting on the couch and I'm going to be watching State of Origin. I'm going to be watching State of Origin exclusively and free tonight on Channel 9 and 9 Now.
Yeah, and one of the blokes will be calling him is an absolute legend, a Queensland legend. We love chatting to him. Darren Lockyer, welcome.
Afternoon, gents.
90,000 plus at the MCG.
Woo-hoo.
This promises to be a ripper.
Yeah, no, it's obviously a must-win for Queensland. The Blues, in the first game, it was all Queensland first half, and then the Blues flew home and snatched that one. And now Queensland don't have a good, scoreboard down here in Melbourne. We've only had 6 attempts at the MCG. Queensland have only won 1, and that was way back in 1995.
Wow. Well, you know what records are? They're there to be broken, and you know better than any, Darren. Let's talk about game 1. 20 zip down New South Wales to go on and win. That was remarkable.
Yeah, at half-time, I think everyone in the stadium at Sydney was shocked. They just couldn't believe how quickly Queensland got out of the box. And I'd probably, to add to that, I think the Blues were very poor in the first 40 minutes, and then there was the controversial send-off in the 53rd minute to Callum Ponga, and that's when the Blues made their run, and Tedesco brilliance at the end. And at half time we thought Queensland was definitely going to be one up, but wasn't the case.
Yeah. So what can Billy Slater do better tonight for 2 halves to win this one, do you think?
Oh, I think they were probably, when they got out to that lead, they were a little bit guilty of, playing a bit conservative, probably protecting the lead. I think, Billy's always about, going after their best game, and I think he'll just needs to do that for 2 halves. I think that's the key. Regardless of the scoreboard, just keep playing their style of football.
I still reckon, Darren, even though you had the send-off and the like, Queensland almost pulled off one of the most amazing victories ever with 10 people, and the amount of times they were coming at it, I just thought they were defending unbelievable. You can take, I think, some real confidence out of the way they defended that.
Yeah, I guess that's one of Queensland's strengths. They've always been, a very resilient team. It's always, the mantra is to just keep turning up for your teammate, and they did that as well as they could. Unfortunately, from Queensland's perspective, it was just a bit of brilliance from Tedesco right at the end to catch that bomb. So it would have been a great victory had we pulled it off, but it wasn't to be, and now we're 1 down and we're back to the wall where we have to win tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Reece Walsh, a welcome return, no doubt.
Yeah, well, he's on the 6-man bench, so the new rules now allow you to have 6 on the bench, but you can only use 4 of them. So I guess the question mark has been, the question this week has been, does Reece get on the field? And if he does, where will he play? Given that there's Callum Ponga, who's starting fullback, and then you've got Hemiso, who's the other centre, but he's a fullback as well. So we've got 3 fullbacks in the Queensland team, but they can all score points. So I think Billy will have a plan with Reece. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, Queensland great Darren Lockyer, our guest. The Channel 9 Origin Game 2 promo, I'm going to read it for you, Darren. Feature story is pre-game will include a celebration of 20 years since Darren Lockyer's famous series clinching try in Game 3, 06 the MCG, that turned it around to make that legendary 8-year winning streak. It's all on you, Darren. You were the last man to win there.
Yeah, well, it's I can't believe it's 20 years.
20 years. I remember that series.
Wow, 20.
Yeah. So it was a special. It was a special moment in time, not just for me personally, but obviously it was a bit of a turning point for Queensland.
It was.
As you mentioned, we went on a bit of a run after that, and it was one of the great eras for Queensland Rugby League. So tonight, if we pick up a loose ball to win the game, then that's great. But I guess we'll be fighting right to the end.
It rained just persistently in Sydney and the like. What sort of conditions are we going to cop in Melbourne?
Pretty mild, to be honest. There has been rain in and around Melbourne, but it doesn't look like it's going to rain today. In fact, the sun was out before. It'll be about 17 degrees at kickoff. So it's going to be pretty dry. Yeah, because the dew point's 12 degrees, so we won't. So the dew shouldn't be a factor. So it should be nice, clean, fast pitch, and away we go.
Who's your CEO, Vlandis?
Yes, well, he's the chairman, but he's now the executive.
Yeah, that's right. I think he might just have a little word to New South Wales. We like it to go to Game 3, 1-1.
Yeah, look, I think, we do get to a decider a lot because in Game 2, there is always one team that knows they've got a second chance and there's one team that knows they have to win. So sometimes psychologically that's enough to get the result that the game wants to get to a decider.
Oh, well, we can't wait. Cam Smith, Andrew Johns, Paul Gallen, Brad Fittler, your good self, Jonathan Thurstons. It's a great Channel 9 team. It's just going to be a ripper tonight. Timmy's going to be sitting there on his Pat Malone with a little Tokyo whiskey in his hand, cheering for who, Timmy?
Yeah, half. I was going to say half naked.
No, hang on. Well, I declare my hand because my wife's from Queensland.
Yeah.
So,
is she?
Yeah. Well, her family's all from Queensland.
Well, the godmother of our children, mad Maroons fan. So, got to go the Maroons.
Go, you bloody cane toads, Darren, tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I think we'll be out there. We'll be playing our best. We'll do everything we can to take the series to a decider. And everyone at home watching, enjoy.
Yeah, they will, Darren. Thanks for your time. Queensland, New South Wales, tonight, exclusive, live and free on Channel 9 and 9 Now. Bring us Darren Lockyer.
Going to be a massive night at the G, no question. 17 after 6, we'll take your calls next. $50 Powers voucher up for grabs. We've been talking all the way through the night. Great performances from a veteran on the back of Lionel Messi's amazing hat-trick in the World Cup overnight. Tell us who you think's had an amazing veteran performance. 8223 0000.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. He's been the grunt in the Crows' midfield engine for years.
Strong mark there by Crouch.
And now, Matt Crouch brings his footy smarts to the 5AA Sports Show each week with Rowey and Timmy G. When you use ACET Transport Solutions, you're choosing to support local sporting clubs. Don't just send it, ACET.
This Saturday is Cross Lotto's $20 million Super Draw Saturday. Get super excited. Grab an entry in-store, online or on the Lot app now. Wouldn't it be nice? Gamble responsibly. 1-800-858-858. Chance of winning is 1 in 8.15 million.
Do you know what really keeps your Royal Flying Doctor Service in the air? You. Without you, the Royal Flying Doctor Service can't save lives. Without you, our remote communities would be left alone, without hope. Thousands of them. From newborns to seniors, motor vehicle and farming accidents, any medical emergency, no matter where you live, work or play. For the people and the life you love, keep the Flying Doctor flying. Show your support. Donate today. Visit flyingdoctor.org.au.
If you're wondering where to have your Christmas party, look to the stars. December 11 or 12, Adelaide Convention Centre transforms into a shimmering, starlit celebration beneath a dazzling canopy of light. Enjoy a premium 3-course dinner, sparkling drinks and live entertainment. It's your chance to celebrate in style, thank your clients or staff and let your team shine. Tables are limited, so book now for a starlit Christmas. Only at Adelaide Convention Centre.
Saturday the 20th of June, the boots of cars across South Australia are about to get a lot heavier. The Bleasdale Wine Warehouse sale is back. Hot pricing on award-winning reds, whites, bubbles, fortifieds, clean skins, export labels, end of vintage runs. 9 till 2, Saturday 20th of June at Bleasdale Winery Car Park, Langhorne Creek. Only an hour's scenic drive from Adelaide CBD. Grab this opportunity to explore the region and fill your boot with great savings on incredible wines. Bring the trailer.
In 1974, Emilio Quincy travelled to Italy to learn confectionery from the masters. Back home in Adelaide, he passed those skills to his son Joe, teaching him the art of chocolate and traditional sweets. Today, Joe and wife Antonetta continue the Quincy family tradition, crafting beautiful chocolate and confectionery here in SA. That's why, if it starts with a Q and ends with it's Quincy's. Shop online or in store at Quincy's Confectionery, 31 Henry Street, Stepney.
This is the sound of a piping hot shower. Perfect if you get caught in the other kind, the cold, rainy kind. So for instant, continuous warmth, add gas to your new build. Natural gas feels like home.
Every pantry needs a hero ingredient. Something that turns whatever's in the fridge into dinner. Chicken, beef, prawns, leftover veggies. Add Weech's Barossa Valley egg noodles and suddenly you've got a real meal. They've been perfecting it for 90 years. From fine ribbon and string noodles to chili, black pepper and more. Look for Weech's Barossa Valley egg noodles in the pasta section of your supermarket. 90 years in the making, devoured in minutes.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
21 minutes after 6, Jimmy Bartell coming up from 6:30. We can hear his thoughts are on the AFL trying to take on football in India in the future, and the Western Bulldogs are keen on it as well. Have you say 8223 and catch the 5AA Interactive Lounge tomorrow on afternoons. Stacey Lee or Leith Forest, depending on how Graham pulls up for tomorrow, and representatives from SportsMed debunking myths about common musculoskeletal issues like tennis elbow and frozen shoulder. So lots to have a listen to with the SportsMed team tomorrow in afternoons.
They are a great team. They've done all my operations.
Yeah, right.
Knee recons, hip replacements.
You haven't had a hip replacement yet.
Hip realignment.
Oh,
I need one.
Yeah, well,
they are a great
Are you
team.
going to run a marathon again?
I'm going to try and run one with my daughter next year.
How are you going to do that with that hip?
Oh, mate. I'll just grit.
You just go to sports.
Or I'll see Doc Beryl and I'll get something magnificent shoved down my tonsils like I did the last one with Cornsey.
Okay, so you're
high as a kite.
You're more like those enhanced games, are you?
I am Captain Enhancement. Now, do you know who Nikhil Choudhury is?
No.
Do you know who
Choudhury?
I don't care how to pronounce it.
No.
Joel Davies?
No.
Do you know who Xavier Bartlett is?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know him?
Seen him play. Yep.
Do you know Nathan Ellis?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's good bowler.
Do you know Tim David?
Yeah, of course. He's a BBL
Do you know
player.
where I'm going with this? We're playing Bangladesh.
No, we haven't put enough thought and effort into it. We got beat 2-1 in the 50 over. Now we're in the T20s. We'll probably get embarrassed here as well.
I reckon this is what's happened. Hey, fellas, we're going to Bangladesh. Who wants to play? And now it's come back to its propeller hats. You get a game for Australia. You get a game for Australia.
Yeah.
You know what? If I put my hand up, I'd get a game versus Bangladesh.
Yeah,
there you are. It's a disgrace.
They've, again, with scheduling and the like, the best players don't want to play those games.
Timmy,
so you're representing Australia. It cheapens it.
In the 60s, 70s and 80s, and no matter what game Australia played, I could name the 11.
Yeah, because there was a lot less cricket.
And what does that tell you?
A lot less cricket.
You got to put a value on the baggy green. You got to put a value on wearing out. This bloke was born in India.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Australian citizen.
Yeah. In fact, Kepler Wessels did that too. He was born in South Africa. Opened the batting for Australia, made 164 on debut.
I didn't like that either. Josh Inglis was born in England.
He was.
Yeah.
You got to put a value on wearing our Australian emblem. Come on. Who in God's name is Nicole Choudhury?
Well, that is a big. It's a good question. So the South Australian team just won the Sheffield Shield.
Yeah, I know.
They won the One Day Cup last year as well. There's
Correct.
some half decent players in there,
I agree.
and they're not getting
I
looked
agree.
at. Spencer Johnson's playing today, but he's also hardly represented this, eh?
No, none of you have answered the question. Who is Nicole Chandri?
We already told you that we don't know.
Yeah.
He's a Tassie prospect, and he's played a bit of Big Bash.
You
He
had
goes
to
okay.
Google him. Did you know his name before his name appeared in an Australian team?
I knew his name before, but I didn't know heaps about him. But the thing is, I like cricket.
Well, it's either a slur on me being a sports broadcaster
No, most
not knowing
wouldn't
him.
know. Most wouldn't know.
Most wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So what does that say?
Making your debut at 30.
That is a joke. You know what, Australia? You're a joke.
I don't remember him being in the BBL.
Has played for I think he was in the Hobart Championship team only 2 years ago.
Can he play?
Again, it's not like he didn't put his
Is he
name
a
up in
bowler or a
lights
batsman?
big time.
Bit of both.
All rounder.
Oh, fair dinkum. Hello, Jim.
Good morning. Good afternoon, Stephen.
Jimmy, switch on, mate. It's
I
bloody,
know.
it's
I've
bloody
just had a big bowl. I've just had a big bowl of apple pie and ice cream. I'm a little bit sedated.
Oh, what do you got for us, Jim?
I just talking about cricketers. What about when they had that boar, that South African being the captain of the English team, Tony Greig?
Tony Greig did. You're right.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, what I was talking about is a sportsman. This is a South Australian Port Pirie fella. Us a lad. Well, the real young fella, we used to go past the Ampole down Solly and see his speed car out the front, and he moved to Salisbury. Dud Lambert, he's oldest speedway driver in the world.
Wow.
And when they used to have those TV shows on the weekend, like the 100th worst crashes or the 50th mountain climbing expeditions, Dud Lambert made one when his car got hit in the arse end and caught fire.
Oh, Jim.
Yeah, Dud Lambert. Look it up, boys. Look up Dud Lambert.
And we're going to look it up without a doubt, Jim.
Jimmy, can you ring in every
We love
night
your- we love
about
your
this
calls.
time?
Yep.
I listen to you every night. I usually just text.
Oh,
Yeah.
good on you, Jimmy.
I love it. I'm writing that down. We're
Started
looking
his-
him up.
I've just had a big bowl of ice cream and apple pie. The care factor there went from 0 to 100 because I reckon I could get one of them down my
That
gills.
sounds so good on a winter's night, doesn't it?
Hello, Matt.
Hey, g'day, Stephen and Mr. Juniper.
Hello,
How are we?
mate. Good, thank you, sir.
I just want to say that going back to the AFL, the umpiring has been absolutely horrendous, and me, as a long time Collingwood supporter. Don't hang up on me, please.
No.
A long time Pie supporter, mate. I literally cannot watch the games anymore. Like they are. I see two players that look at each other, go, "Well, my lord, who was that free kick for?"
Yep.
And I've watched the World Cup over the last, 4 days, and Flower of Scotland.
Yes.
Where we beat Haiti. So, but watching European football, the world game.
Yeah.
At least we know where we're at. Like the AFL are just it's an absolute rabble.
Yeah, it is, Matt. Listen, this just landed on my desk. Hot off the press. Can you do that?
Oh, really?
Hot off the not be willy-nilly.
Oh, you can't be willy-nilly with this stuff.
This is a little bit on the willy-nilly
No!
side. Well, it's 6:27.
I knew
Come
it.
on.
I knew it.
Timmy, you could read me like a book. Well, I got it handed to me, so I thought it was important. Chowdhury, Chowderhead. He received his maiden international call-up when he was added to the Australian T20 squad for their 3-match tour in Bangladesh, replacing an Australian called Travis Head. Now, here's the hot off the
wasn't even
press. Yeah, well, this is what it's saying.
No, Trav's in Adelaide.
Oh,
He
he
went
would
to
have played in
Port
the
Gun.
last T20 series.
But he withdrew from the series
right.
because he needs a bit of a rest, and I get that right.
Right.
Here's the hot off the press.
Better be hot.
Although he doesn't hold an Australian citizenship, now what in God?
Finish the sentence.
Finish that.
He is a permanent resident who meets the ICC's eligibility criteria. That is a load of crap.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
That is bull Scheisenhausen. That is a disgrace.
Well, it's probably something Cricket
And that
Australia
is
should look at.
Didn't know that.
Un-Australian.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So like
Was that a hot off the press or a?
No, that's
That's
good
worthy.
information.
That's worth it.
We got a dude. Forget where he's from.
Yeah.
I'm not being racist.
Yeah.
Forget where he's from. Who's representing Australia? Who's not a citizen.
So it's like Bryce Cotton had to wait till he got a citizenship before he could represent Australia.
That is correct.
As a boomer.
Yep.
Correct. So where's...
You would think that's the classification you need.
Well, yeah, you would.
That's so interesting.
I'm very surprised by that.
That is a worthy hot off the press.
Yeah, it was in the end.
Good job.
And he's 30, and he's jumped over 15 blokes. So there's one or two things. No one wanted to go, and his name come up. He said, I represent Australia. I'm an Indian, but I represent Australia. Yeah, give me a baggy green. Yeah, I bet you this dude doesn't know how to sing our national anthem.
Oh, now that's gone too far.
That, Paul,
no.
There we go.
Let's get to a break.
Don't start that with
Jimmy
saying.
next.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Police Commissioner